Allow me to reintroduce myself.
The Sultan of SWAT. The King of Crash. The Colossus of Clout. The Colossus of Clout.
Yo, this is Nappy Boy Radio Live.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
He's so crazy. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Everybody stay where you are. Chill the F out.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I am Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa.
Well, around here, between Normandy and Weston, we call this here a little twin. Wow.
It's simple. We kill the Batman.
I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
Tell me, do you bleed? You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
These white men are dangerous.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
That there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out.
Oh my God, you want to talk about mothers? Oh, you want to talk about mothers? It's mother time.
Move, Captain. I won't ask a second time. It's no moon. It's a space station. It's too big to be a space station.
Here at WIZ, we play nothing but the hits. Nothing but the hits. Nothing but the motherfucker.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
What's up and what's going on, fellow fanatics? Appreciate everybody being here tonight. As always, we are a little late, but we're here. And like I said, we appreciate all of you guys being here. So we're gonna... First of all, how the fuck are you guys? It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've seen not just obviously you guys, viewers, but it's been a minute since I've seen you guys.
I know.
I see Q often, but it's been a minute since I've seen you. So
we're late.
So how the fuck are you, Corey?
I'm good. Life got crazy. I had to go take care of the pops. He had like a really freak accident and had to go make sure he was okay. But finished school. Got registered for my test.
That's right. You did do that.
Yeah, things have been going. How are you?
I mean, ain't
nothing changed.
I'm okay. I mean, you know, work's the same. You know, I've eased more into the supervisor role. I did fire. The last time I was on a live stream, I had to fire. Well, I fired him after the live stream that night. But I had to have my first firing. So I fired someone.
You know what I'm thinking of? You know that scene in Cat in the Hat when he's like, "You're fired, fired."
That shit's scary.
I feel like that would be Darius.
Yeah, we got into it big time. But, you know, anyway, that stuff. And then, you know, personal stuff in life. And thank you, Double Tar, very much for that. Thank you so much. Personal stuff in my life, you know, I'm starting my second channel, which the second channel is going to be nothing like this channel. It's going to be more conversation, podcast type, deeper stuff. Like the very first one, I didn't even want to say, but the very first one I'm doing, and I'm really excited about it. For those of you that are going to be interested, maybe interested in seeing the second channel, and I even want to have you guys on. I told you guys that already, also. But the first video I'm doing, and these are not live videos; these are going to be pre-recorded, edited videos. The first video I'm doing, it is myself and a lot of the other kids I grew up in, the black church I grew up in. We are going to discuss the causes and effects that a black church can have on you mentally, physically, and emotionally. And we're just going to talk about our personal experiences growing up in an all-black church. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be great conversation, I think. So, you know, yeah, I'm okay.
You're okay.
I'm okay.
The day y'all hear this nigga come in here and say he good, just know life is very, very great. Life has changed tremendously, and we are up. If that didn't come in here and say great, just I don't even know. No, but I'm really on the same shit as fucking Darius and everything. I'm about to I realize like I don't have any time during my day because I'm always at work and shit, but I still find a way to stay up at night and everything. So I'm about to start streaming, whether that's on Twitch or YouTube. I don't know. And then I'm also figuring out the sports channel still, just because we got to figure out a location for that. But fucking, like, I wasted a whole year. Like, we're in the NBA playoffs now, and I was talking about this during the NFL season. So I literally have everything bought. It's just, I don't want to do shit at my house because ain't enough room there, and my dogs be running around.
And your house is like,
and I'm not like you to where I can lock because my dogs are in my room or they're outside. So it's like, they're not running around fucking my shit up. And so basically, I'm just fucking tired, bro. I'm always doing some shit, working, trying to work out. Driving out of town, dogs.
Tell me about it.
Figuring shit out. Like, I feel like a little Darius.
Constantly doing something.
Man, I'm on the working out part. I stay in the motherfucking gym, bro.
I'm really proud of myself because I left for a month and the first thing I found was a gym because I was like, I have got to keep up.
See, mine's not even gym, bro. It's just eating right. Like, eating 3 meals a day is
that
bullshit.
Too. Eating right.
Fuck that. Like,
eating right too.
I eat when like I'm so used to like eating when I'm hungry, and that could be like 2-3 a.m. But like now I'm having to get to like nigga, eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you done.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like
real
the
shit.
kitchen
Real
is like
shit.
the hardest part.
Real shit. I've been eating hella fucking pineapples, fruit, lots of fruit and shit. Like I stick to the one. Like I'll have my shit throughout the day, like my pineapples. But I stick to the one meal. Really, that's what I try to do. But like honestly, it's not even so much in the gym. Because obviously now it's like I want for me, but at first it was just so much on my mind and personal life shit, and wanting to being in the gym to not think. So I was like, but now it's turned into.
Sometimes it's different purposes. Sometimes it's like, damn, I look good today. Sometimes it's like, fuck, I had a bad day.
That's it, bro.
Some days I go in there like, I'm trying to impress this girl. It's like different motivation. It's like sometimes I look like shit today. It's like different motivation. And that's honestly why I enjoy working out again. Because I honestly stopped for a minute. But it's like the eating part, I never get like good at that shit.
Yeah.
You'll get there. Once the more you work out, the more you'll get hungry.
No. Even when I like played basketball, I was never the type like when we had games in the morning, I couldn't eat before them. Like my mom was always eat breakfast, you need energy. I was like, I'm not waking up and about to run against some 6-foot niggas in the morning with fucking a stomach full of breakfast. I'm like, I can't do it. It's just not happening. And so I've never been like, I've always been 2 meals a day and just hella little fruit snacks and shit like that. But
I can't. I have to wake up really hungry before I'm like breakfast or hungover. Hungry or hungover. That's only time you're gonna get me to eat breakfast.
Well, yeah, we've all had a lot of things going on, but I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad everybody's doing better. And most importantly, I'm glad that you guys are here. And let me go ahead and do my shout outs. So let's go ahead. Appreciate you, Andre, being here. Appreciate Gray. Appreciate Johnny Washington, Chill Spot. Appreciate you, Raptor Cloak. Asher, appreciate you, D Stizzle. Blues House, chill. Dude, my eyes deceive me. No, brother, it is
here.
Raymond, he said it's an Easter miracle. I can't stand fucking Raymond. Ant-Man 1991, Double Tar. And Double Tar again for the super chat. Thank you so very much for that. Then we've got Snyder Steph Wolf. Appreciate you being here. JD for the super chat. Thank you so very much. That means so much to us. Planet Poppy, appreciate you being here. So very good to see you too. And Stamina, appreciate you being here. Did I miss anyone?
That nigga said water.
Wait, who said water?
So where did water go?
This is my water. This is water. I've still, just so everybody knows, I still have not had.
I love that y'all got to know bro that much to know why the fuck he got water.
I haven't had any a pop, a slush. Nothing, bro.
Right.
Nothing.
Look at you.
You've seen my. You're both in my private story. You've seen my. You slid up on my story.
I did one day. I was like, look at you,
bro. I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not trying to even toot a horn.
but you do.
My body kind of looking right.
He's like, what? If I would have known, a little bit of water could have taken me a long way.
Shit ain't just the water, it's some hard ass workouts too.
It's like it's some sweating involved.
Like fucking workouts is kicking my ass.
That is so funny.
But yeah. But no, we got some things to talk about. I did see where Ashura said he thought that the BP Wakanda Forever being revealed finally as a flop would be a topic. Well, I forgot about it until not until I saw that. I forgot about it when I was making the title for the stream. No, it's something. I mean, I'll say something about it. When I say that, I don't have a lot to really say besides. Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Hello, we called it.
But yeah. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Super Mario Bros. Box office, and that was on my most anticipated list.
Yes.
Yeah, like if I can update y'all, I've been so busy. I'm like a shitty reviewer because I haven't seen anything. I still haven't seen Creed. I haven't seen Mario. I saw Air got rated 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I want to go. I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, no.
Nothing. So I apologize, y'all, if I haven't seen anything. And so I kind of like if I stay away from anything we're talking because I still want to go see all that shit.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll update everybody on this too. I can go in to work before my scheduled time to be in anytime I want. And whatever. So I go now at 5. So I get out earlier.
Makes sense.
So that I make sure that production starts a lot sooner, blah 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 blah. I'm figuring this shit out.
Right.
So production starts a lot sooner so that way we can get out and I still get my motherfucking hours, but we get out at a time that we can possibly still, I'm not saying go back to the everyday because I don't know what the evening's gonna look like because
you never know with what.
Yeah, I mean, bro, they could bring cases in like 60 cases in at like 4:30,
and you're just
that
like,
shit is So but I think I've got it in a place where we'll be able to stream. I know we said this the last time, but we should be able to stream more consistent than what it has been. So
I'm down as a clown.
Yeah. So let's see. This is I want to make this interactive day too. Very interactive. There are things that we are going to talk about. There are things that we have to say about some of these things. But if there's anything right now that you guys are wanting us to talk about that's maybe not in the topics, because we're going to react to some of these trailers too. Feel free to put it in the chat so that we can go ahead and address that too if there's something that you want us to talk about.
Jonathan Majors. Go.
Is that what they're saying?
Double Tar said, what about Jonathan Majors?
What about Jonathan Majors? Okay, so we can start there. We were actually kind of talking about that at the very beginning here.
Yeah.
I remember when I heard what was going on with Jonathan Majors, I did not initially put anything. I didn't put out anything because one, it kind of goes back to when we talked about brother from Miss Marvel touching on little girl or whatever with the little girl.
Right, and we were saying how he's done.
But we also said we don't have all the information here, so we can't really go in on anything besides what this little girl has said.
Right.
So because I didn't have a full understanding or diagnostic coming from Jonathan Majors himself or a publicist of his or whatever, it was just at that point he say, she say. I didn't say anything about it. But I watched everybody else. A lot of people were talking about, and again, I know if, there's, I'm sure I say this all the time because there are people that watch that don't comment, but just watch and maybe hate, maybe actually like me. I don't really know, nor do I care, but I say this all the time, and I know people are probably sick of this comparison. But the energy pushed towards Jonathan Majors off of a speculation at the time, off of he say, she say shit at the time, because nobody knew shit. People were they were ready to crucify this nigga, man.
Oh, for real?
They were saying, oh, he's out of Marvel. He's done, We've got recast Jonathan Majors. We got to get a new Kang. All this bullshit.
Yeah.
all this bullshit. But Jaws dropped when Ezra Miller's Flash trailer
Yes.
played.
Yes.
We watched the president of the UFC. This nigga Dana White slapped his wife on camera.
There you go. There you go. That's even
really
better.
only got maybe a day's worth of coverage.
Mm-hmm.
He gave us a little apology, but that's record. We got the video as soon as it happened. We got the altercation.
You're right.
Came out and apologized. Less than 24 hours, said he knew he was wrong, and hey, nothing.
Right.
And, you know, I understand they're married and everything, and it's honestly the same case of what I'm thinking with Jonathan Majors. Even if he did do something to his girl, she's gonna drop it and everything, just because. Honestly, he's providing a lifestyle for it. It's probably going to continue. But like I said before we started filming, if it's not something that affects me, put food on my table or some shit like that, I usually don't give a fuck about other people's relationships. And so...
Did you read the text? I'm sorry.
I did.
Okay, so...
I did.
Now, enlighten me. Help me, because I
saw them,
essentially,
but I don't think I cared enough to read them.
Essentially, this bitch texted him and said... I didn't mean to call her the B word. Let me backtrack. Essentially, this woman texted him and said, I didn't mean to tell them it was your fault. I told them you didn't do anything wrong. Essentially, it was my fault for taking your phone. So based off that, we can form she saw something on his phone.
Right.
She asked him about it, took his phone, and then
I thought it was the other way around. I thought
no, it was his phone. She saw something on his phone. And so she took his phone, and I guess the struggle came in when he tried to get his phone back or something like that.
Exactly.
And so she told the cops, had your phone, blase this and that and all that. And so they said that they had to arrest her because she had injuries on her and shit like that. So, like, we're assuming, like, the nigga probably choked her out. That's what I said. I don't know if he hit her. I can probably say he for sure choked her out. But at the same time, it's like you, I don't really care. Because it's... And I don't know the niggas. I can't do nothing about it.
It's not my bedroom. I think it's sad that they're both in that position, just because I feel like now that he does have this certain type of fame, and especially so quickly, it's so easy for her to just be like,
yikes.
Hey, I mean, because if you were that comfortable doing it,
yikes.
You know what I mean from the first time?
Now,
like, come on now.
I stand on what I said about the benefit of the doubt thing, but with new information.
He said was what I just received.
With new information, because I saw the text messages, I just didn't read them.
Yeah,
I didn't read them because I was just like,
she basically placed blame on herself and then apologized, and then after that everything was pretty much dropped. I mean, there's probably one label that he was with that dropped him, or like.
But the fact of the matter is, we are the consensus.
He choked her at least.
Yeah.
At minimum.
Okay, so hands were put on
which is probably worse than slapping him or something.
Oh, yikes!
But especially he just got done with Kang and then turned around and just did Creed, and like now you're hitting on him. He probably had like a PTSD moment or something. And choked her out.
Kang.
Yeah, like shit. I shouldn't be laughing at that. I'm sorry, guys, but he probably did have like a whole moment.
That's kind of funny.
And was like, let me get her off, and like. Yeah, probably placed her.
Wow.
His hands
Well,
on her
so
neck.
I guess the next question I posed to you two is if he put hands on girl, do they recast Jonathan Majors as Kang?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
But what do you think that? I mean,
first of all, this is the first time. If this was like an ongoing thing, if we were like in an Ezra situation, I'd be like, what are we doing? But at the same time, till this day, we don't really know what happened.
That's still true. Mm-hmm.
We don't really know what was said. We don't know what was forced. We don't know if his PR was like, hey, you need to...
If he was done, he would have been done by now.
Exactly. I feel like
in my opinion.
Done, he would have been done.
And it's not going to resurface and then Marvel's like, oh, he's going to court. I think he has his job.
I mean, I don't want... Yeah, obviously,
I think he has his job at Marvel. And... I think it's more so because, one, I don't think that even though he was in the wrong, it was still a whole argument, a domestic argument in the sense of we don't know what happened. She might have took his phone. She might have slapped him. Like, you know, it's just a domestic thing in the sense of where if them as a couple where she already looks like she wants to drop it, if them two come to a consensus to drop it together, I don't see why Marvel would fire them. I think they already have too much planned. They're not doing well enough to recast them, truth be told. And
they got some drama.
And so I don't know. And it's like we don't really know the whole situation, let alone do I care. But it's like I'm not going to sit here and say it's even like a domestic abuse case or some shit, because it simply could have been one moment. They could argue like that all the time.
But I was about to say, this is my next question.
I don't know.
Again, because he's in a certain light and he's at a certain fame in his life, it's not so easy to just shrug these things underneath the rug. And this just might be the first time that it became public. Like, again, we don't know all the facts. We don't know how they live their life. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors before all this, because the apology itself sounded like something she's already done before. Like, this has already been like a, and if it was that bad, maybe she would have left, but maybe, and I think he called the cops. I don't think she called the cops. I think he called the cops.
That's what somebody said in the chat too.
Yeah.
I think it was DJ. Yeah, it was DJ.
Was it DJ?
Nights.
Yeah,
DJ
I think he called the cops. So it's just kind of like, this sounds like something that's happened before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just watching too much Law and Order SVU right now. But my Olivia Benson is just kind of like, this whole thing is sus.
I'm sorry. I'm scrolling down because it goes to what it was kind of on with what we were talking about Marvel and the things that they've got going on over there. Let me go ahead and put this to where people can see the things that they've got going on over there. And I remember, God, let me remember how to do this. There we go. I said this a couple days ago. It was around the Victoria Alonso stuff, because it's still messy over there. Just because they got rid of Ike, they got rid of Victoria and everything else, and then you've gotten something that we are going to discuss, which is where they were talking about Ike was talking about how all they talk about is box office things. We're going to get to that, but I wanted to get on the messy part here that's going on over there. I had said that it was messy, and I had got someone back that said something. Hold on, I want to make sure that I'm saying this correctly. Okay. All right. So that's what it was. I said it's currently a shit show over at Marvel Studios because, that's when they had fired Ike. And I do like Julian. But I still want to address this.
Right.
But he had said, but he's one of the ones who never wanted non-white male leads to shine. They're course correcting. Some companies wouldn't change a thing. It shows they care about fans. I disagreed with that. And my disagreement that I said was, it shows that they care about the almighty dollar. Yeah. That's what it shows. And when I'm done with this, that's going to segue us into this, where I was saying what he was saying, that all they talk about is box office. And you guys know I'm not in a good place with Marvel, so I'm gonna wrap it all back and tie it together
in a nice little bow.
I'm gonna bring it all back together. I said I wouldn't go as far as saying they care about fans, because if that were true, hashtag recast T'Challa. Me saying it's a shit show is not me saying they aren't course correcting. I also said on IG, could this be a step in the right direction? Because I did post it on my IG story. Once I saw that Ike was fired, and once I saw that they had gotten Victoria out and everything like that, I was like, okay, wait a minute. Are we making steps in the right direction? Are we trying to course correct some of the fuck-ups that is currently the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
It's gonna get messy. It's gonna get shitty. It's not a clean. You know what I mean?
Right, and that's me saying that I think it's a shit show, because I still think it's a shit show.
Oh, for sure.
I still think it's a shit show, but you can course correct and still be, still have a lot of shit going on in the background, behind the scenes, and things like that. So again, I think that they are course correcting. I think that's great. So stepping in the right direction, blah, 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 blah. But then Julian had said, that's exactly what I mean. Well, I'm sorry. I said, to finish what I said, me saying it's a shit show, blah, 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 course correcting, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, we'll see about recasting a T'Challa. And I'm about to shit on parades. So bring out the umbrellas. I got an optimistic view on that, and I believe personally good things are coming. Not to say that isn't legit, but is that the only beef there is with the MCU because T'Challa can return to the screen easily? So he was asking, is my only beef with the MCU, is my current disdain, the reason I don't fuck with Marvel right now, is it because they haven't? No. It had nothing to do. I was done with the BP franchise. Let's go back and rewatch any videos that I've said this in. I was done with the BP franchise within the MCU. I was not done with the MCU. The MCU has forced me in that crowd of I don't give a fuck anymore, because I really truly do not. It's going to take so much for them to loop me back in, because I don't care.
Right.
I haven't seen the Across the Spider-Verse trailer. The only trailer I've seen is Ahsoka and Blue Beetle. Any other trailers? Haven't seen them. Because I don't give a fuck. Because Marvel's not giving me a reason to give a fuck. And as a fan, I have the right to say my opinion on how I feel. You feel how you want to feel. If you like this current state of Marvel,
great.
Kudos. I am so happy for you. I don't. And it has nothing to do with T'Challa. Now, the BP franchise within the MCU, that has everything to do with T'Challa. Right. And we're also going to get on the whole cancelization of the Wakanda Forever series stuff, which I found quite funny. But the optimism here, and again, I like Julian. This is a debate. This was a conversation. Not even a debate. This was a conversation.
Right.
As a host of shows, that's what we do. We are conversationalists. Even if the conversation is me not agreeing with you or you not agreeing with me. But the optimism, I don't share. This is what I said. I said, no, I have several beefs with the MCU, and I'm over the hills happy that you are optimistic about the return of T'Challa to the MCU. When I say return, I mean permanently return, and not a cameo or a variant. I do not share your optimism because Marvel has not shown me anything, has not shown that to me. And I still say that there's nothing that's optimistic about any of that, but I don't want to get on that. So then he says, that's what he means too. That's exactly what I mean. Permanently, they are human. Just gotta wait and see. Okay. Then I said, to be honest, I'm not sure how being human equates to this situation at all.
Right.
But since we're having this discussion, the same humans that recasted William Hurt not 5 months after the man wasn't even cold in the ground.
Right.
The same humans that have given no inclination that T'Challa's returning outside of T'Child. So
T'Child.
So I'm just like I don't share the optimism. And as far as taking it back to where I said I'm going to loop it into Ike, as far as him saying it shows that they care about the fans, no. You have somebody who was behind the scenes, an ex-boss, behind the scenes, who is saying that all they talked about was box office. Right. And you can't tell me from looking at Phase 4, from looking at Quantumania, from looking at, Phase 4 Quantumania, some projects in Phase 4. Because, again, there are some diamonds in there. There are some diamonds in there.
There's a lot of rust.
Yeah, but there's more shit than diamonds. That you can't tell me that looking at all that it showed that they cared more about the fans than the box office. Because what did we keep saying? It turned into quantity over quality. Because it was box office. We need to pump out this. We need to pump. 19 projects got pumped out during Phase 4. That's more than any phase before. 19 projects. We went from getting maybe 2 to 3 Marvel films a year to getting 19 projects in all of Phase 4. So again, it shows me that Marvel they don't care. And again, that's the state that I'm in with it. They don't care, so why should I care? When you have James Gunn coming out saying, and I posted this on my Instagram story the other day, when you have James Gunn coming out saying things like, Guardians of the Galaxy, which we knew. How many times have I said that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be its own thing? I said I didn't think it was going to have any connections to the wider MCU, just like Thor: Love and fucking Thunder. It had it's its own thing. Yeah. It's its own thing. Well, he came out and said that, and then he followed up with he didn't even know what's going on in the MCU right now, and I don't. I don't fault him for that. He is the CEO. He's done with Marvel.
Right.
He's done. He signed. He sent off his last deal. But again, that's the thing that I'm saying here. I'm invested in the Guardians because I like the first two films. I like the Guardians. I like what James Gunn has done with them. So I do want to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But the fact that it has no connection to the wider MCU. Now we could see something in post-credit, maybe. But the fact that he's saying it has no connections to the wider MCU, again, that puts me as a fan in that state of where are we? What are we doing? I know Kang's the end game. I don't need that explained to me. What I need explained to me is the connective tissue of how you're going to make all of this make sense.
How are we going to get there? Yeah.
But again, I'm not happy with quality right now, so I've not been paying attention.
I'm really hoping with all the changes that they're doing, with Bob coming back and Kevin taking over creativity again, I'm hoping we go back to the niche that we've known. Mm-hmm. Obviously with a twist, because we're with different characters, we're in a whole different phase of life with Marvel right now, but I'm still optimistic. I think at this point though, my curiosity outweighs my optimistic. You know what I mean? When I see something Marvel, sure. I don't get the same excitement that I did before, but I just, I'm like, how is this going to progress us? First of all, where are we? Because I feel lost. I feel like we are all over the place. And how is this going to progress us into the next phases? Because this is making no sense.
I just want, as I've said, I stand on this. I still don't think that even Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars, or whatever, they'll never top.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
they've done.
The first 10 years of Marvel was it.
And if you'd have asked me that months ago, that was not my answer, because I believe we've had this conversation, but in different attitude. Months ago, that was not my answer. My answer was, I believe they will top Infinity War because Kevin Feige wants to top. He wants to be bigger.
At this point, I think he's just focused on the cleanup job. There's a lot to clean up.
I personally just don't know. I still think it's a little too far. They could have a good 2 years. I'm kind of with what D. Stiesel said. The problem's not the quantity. If y'all want to push out quantity, push out quantity. The problem is it fucking sucked.
It sucks. It just sucks.
The problem is you gave us characters we didn't really ask for, but at the same time, it's not like they gave us bad characters, but the characters they gave us to start a new phase don't correlate with anything of how the last phase ended.
Exactly.
So yeah, we ended on Endgame, and so we're supposed to be starting a whole new chapter and shit like that, but you can at least tie it in. And they tried to do that with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but it's like nobody asked for that shit.
You know what I mean?
No, like WandaVision and Loki, cool.
Yeah,
great.
Great ways to do. Even if if COVID didn't happen and the Doctor Strange was supposed to, everything with that, cool. Then we start getting to everything else where it's like you're starting to plug in like She-Hulk. I'll go back and even start with Eternals. Even as much as I enjoyed it, it wasn't. Up to no standard was it entertaining or a good movie. I enjoyed it. The first time I saw it, I told everyone that's just my personal opinion. I didn't think it sucked, but it's like I understand how it's not good. Then we get to whatever. What if? Why did they spend money on that?
Yeah, I'm a little.
If that was Clint Barton's goodbye, that was bullshit. That nigga might not ever act again. In Hawkeye, that show was so ass. And that nigga essentially I've always liked Hawkeye and Marvel and everything. I know he doesn't do the most and everything, but
but when he's there, he makes a presence.
Jeremy Renner has played his role, and I think he's played it well. And so to see him get Hawkeye, and I understand it's supposed to be all about Kate and everything, but it's like that it sucked. One, we didn't ask for Kate. If you're gonna do the Young Avengers, you can do all that later. It's like they're giving us a bunch of shit they didn't ask for, and like D. Steele said, it sucked.
I feel like they were scrambling. They were scrambling, and then it didn't help with the pandemic. You know what I mean? On top of that.
Man, fuck that. I'm done giving that excuse, bro. Like, I watched so many businesses progress through the pandemic and shit. Like, I'm not giving Marvel a pass or anything. Like, I know as a country as a whole, we watched box office and cinemas shut down and shit like that. But it's like,
you could have found your way.
They could have simply stopped what they were doing if they had a better idea and be like, COVID's affected what we wanted to do. We'll proceed when we can.
Right.
No. They released shit that sucked.
Yeah.
They gave us content that sucks.
They did.
And it's honestly their fault that we are all like, I'm not in a position of where I hate Marvel, because I go to every Marvel I go to, I sit there and I honestly enjoy some scenes, and sometimes that's enough to me to be like, oh, I enjoyed that part. It's like, I don't need to enjoy the whole movie and shit like that, but it's like, I know we're at the point where it's like these movies and shows are not as good as they used to be.
Right.
And we're also at the point of streaming's taking over. So we're getting HBO Max and Netflix releasing their own little series and shit like that are better than what Marvel's doing with Disney Plus. Even what Disney Plus is doing outside of Marvel has not been good.
No. No, I'll tell you what. When I heard about the Aegon, the Conqueror series,
they're Disney. They want to do Moana in live action and shit.
Yeah, and no one's
they're
asking
fucking
for
struggling.
That. No one's asking for any of that stuff. Like I said, I think the mouse's creativity is staggering. Oh, I say that all the time now because it's it's like the Aristocats live. Who the fuck asked for an Aristocats live? But again. The creativity, like if you can't come up with something new, fresh, that's going to, why are we recreating more of the same?
Right.
But
what was this last phase?
Of what?
Marvel.
4. But the Aegon the Conqueror series that they were talking about, HBO Max, that got me hyped. I'm more hyped for stuff like that. I'm more hyped for The Boys. I'm more hyped for Invincible. I'm more hyped for Stranger Things season 5.
I'll just be honest. We started with Black Widow. That fucking sucked. We went to Eternals. That shit sucked. We got WandaVision. It's like, okay, they can do TV shows. Then we got Loki, and it's like, okay, they can do TV shows. Then we got Hawkeye, and it's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Then we get Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's like,
and it was really like,
or we got Falcon and the Winter Soldier before, and we got what the fuck? Then we get Shang-Chi, and it's like, okay, maybe we're back.
Good.
Then we get Doctor Strange, and we're like, this shit wasn't what. I mean, if you're a Wanda fan,
it wasn't what I. It still wasn't what I expected.
If you're me, you're sitting there like, why the fuck is none of the concept art? Why is none of the concept art? Then you move to What If? That shit sucked. Then you move to Thor. That shit sucked.
Oh fuck!
I mean,
seen it once.
I'm probably out of order. I'm just naming shit, but it's like we have Spider-Man. Cool.
Amazing. Loved it.
Good.
Seen it 16 times in theaters.
But at the same time, it's like they're gonna take forever to get back to Spider-Man. Whenever that was so good, it should just be let's just go ahead and let's get back to that story. Let's not hide it in the closet for 3 years, 2-3 years. Bring Tom Holland out after we do a bunch of shitty projects, and then we'll have a good project here, and maybe we'll be back. It's like, no. Then we got Wakanda Forever. That shit sucked. No. I'll be brutally honest. Moon Knight, that shit sucked.
Yeah. I like it.
That shit sucked.
I'm gonna be honest. After not rewatching, revisiting
that
in my
shit
mind.
Sucked. Khonshu was cool.
I was just about to say Khonshu was great.
With all the gods.
I hated Khonshu's fight with
Got his ass kicked by
Come on.
What's his
comments?
Name?
Come on, Marvel fans.
We in a game show here. Ahmet. Yep.
By Ahmet, got his ass beat.
I'll be honest, the end of Moon Knight was good. I honestly want to see what
I liked.
I like the end with Arthur and everything, and how he got in the back of the the end. I'm talking about. I like how Moon Knight ended because I'm actually anticipating that whenever we see Moon Knight again, it should be a little better.
Moon Knight is on my A+ list. I thought it was so good. I also really like the actor.
No, I thought Oscar Isaac was great. I thought Oscar Isaac.
And I feel like for
phenomenal.
me though too, if you play a part that's surrounded by mental health, you like have to play it right. And I feel like he.
No, he definitely did.
I feel like he definitely.
He got his flowers for me.
I was gonna say I personally
I think that's just what caught me. I mean, everything else was like, but his acting was.
I think for me with Moon Knight,
they definitely established the mental health.
Yeah, they did. That. For me with Moon Knight, my complaints fall in line with Trey's complaints, and it's because now Jon Bernthal is coming back as Punisher. So what does that now look like? If you say that Deadpool is the only rated R content you're doing, and I'm not saying, bro, I don't have to have blood. I'm not one of those people like, I gotta have blood. I don't need gore.
But I need the.
But I need that level of violence.
Yes.
That Punisher is. I need that level of violence that Moon Knight is. You know, I don't want to hear Moon Knight beating the shit out the Jackal. And then as the camera slowly pans around the corner, he gets up. No, I want to see Moon Knight.
Like I don't want to be Daredevil and not see shit and only hear it and shit. Like, and that's honestly the point we have to get to. Like, these characters are not superheroes where they're just frying niggas' brains out and shit and just shooting. Like, they have to go physically hurt them because they are street level fighters. Like, they have to go physically, most of the time in the comics, break their bones and physically beat the fuck out of them.
But it must have been. It has to be something because Jon Bernthal agreed to it.
Right.
You know, and originally it was he was on the same train that Ryan Reynolds was on before it was confirmed he was doing Deadpool in the MCU. Is that he was only wanting to do it if it was in the same vein of the Netflix stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
because Netflix was scratching that surface. Like I feel like, especially in the season 2 of Punisher, like every episode he got violent. He just got more and more violent. We saw that side.
But that's why I'm saying that's who that character is, bro. Like, there's like, how do you tell these stories without? So I'm interested. It's interesting that he's doing it, but so it's like I said, I don't have to have the violence. And I saw Grim Reaper Thrag's comment there. Yes, Werewolf by Night also was.
That's why I didn't try to say it sucked. I was really trying to leave out all the shit that didn't suck. But it's like, y'all notice how many things I said
that
are not good.
Yeah, that are not good.
And it's like, we can always take these little elements from the show, and it's like, I went back earlier and was reading each episode, like TV episode from Marvel, had like a $25 million budget.
Wow.
And that's what we got. Like, each series got $150 million about. For budget.
Wow.
And that's what we got. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This next movie, my nigga is supposed to fight Red Hulk, who, help me out, just so I don't sit here. Keep in mind, fuck who he's supposed to fight. Last time we saw Sam, my nigga was fighting the Flag Smashers, bro.
I mean, last time we heard Anthony Mackie, he said he has no powers.
The Flag Smashers. Was Carly? Is that her name?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
And my nigga was not even trying to fight her. He wanted to talk her out of it.
Right.
And so, and it's like, we can go back to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We love the little Sam elements, we love elements of everything. You know, we're Marvel fans. We don't hate Marvel. We're going to see the good in the little good shit that we get. But it's like, I'm just here to say this shit has not been good.
No. And you know,
as much as I like little shit, it hasn't been good.
No, it hasn't. And I saw the Screen Rants. I saw Screen Rants article that they put out that said that, you know, basically, which is something we had been saying for a long time when we were covering the leaks and stuff for Captain America 4 New World Order. That's basically Incredible Hulk. It's a Hulk film. It's because it's not his. You can't. There's so much going on in that film. There are so many key players. There are 5 villains.
Yeah.
And the thing I try to compare it to is, like, we've got Cap films that aren't Cap films. You know, like we got Civil War,
but it still felt like a Cap film.
We got Winter Soldier and everything in that, and it's like, But those are elements based around Steve. One of those is Steve's at war with his best friend Bucky. They're literally trying to stop.
And let's not forget
and then
who
the other ones, he's
those.
at war with Tony.
Yeah.
Like,
let's not forget who directed
that too.
those.
And so it's like those are different elements.
Yeah.
This is Anthony Mackie and Sam. Just we're thinking of both of them. Him and who he's playing has no on-screen chemistry with anybody that's supposed to be in that movie outside of Bucky.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's...
And then none of the other characters have anything. And it's like, whole new... We don't even know if we're going to like Red Hulk. That's a whole new actor.
Right.
We're all sure we're going to...
Not forward.
It's like at the same time, it's just so many question marks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. So, it's... That's, like I said... That's
stamina is crazy.
That's what I'm saying with wait, what's he talking about? That's what I'm saying.
He said Sam is unbuckling his belt to get shafted in his first lead project.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's true though, like there's no way they can paint a picture of Sam coming out and winning this shit. Unless midway through the movie he's like, damn, I'm getting... that video of Adrian Broner where he's like, damn, I'm getting cooked. And that nigga take the serum. And then he take the serum. Like, that is the only thing saving that. Or like...
But I don't
unless he go back in time and get Cap.
Serum. I don't think he's taking
unless
the
he
serum.
bring me my Cap. That shit is
like,
not
how's
working.
This gonna work out? Yeah.
I don't think he's taking the serum. We take it back to what Nate Moore
I know
said.
he's not. I'm just
Nate Moore talking about some damn...
That nigga's not saving shit.
He's got to struggle. I like that. That's a part of stories. But this motherfucker's gonna be struggling to since we're throwing memes out there. There's gonna be one he's gonna be struggling to the fact where you can throw that Thugnificent meme out there. Damn. I wonder what he do to make them niggas
that
so
mad.
I'm telling you, he's gonna be getting his ass beat.
Like, damn.
And it's like he not even struggling as a hero too. That nigga's struggling as a human. My nigga's broke, no love life, in therapy with some nigga he don't even like.
Exactly.
He's struggling as a genuine soul.
Ooh.
Like that nigga's soul be damned, bro.
I mean, we'll have to wait to see what.
And there's excited because hopefully the new Falcon we get is hopefully Danny is cool and everything. There's little shit that I am looking forward to and everything I want to see all the villains. If it's gonna be a villain movie, fuck it. I grew up always. I sided with the villains. I was never a hero kid, and it's
I still have a lot of things that I'm looking forward to. I'm just still disconnected from the MCU. New World Order is still one I'm looking forward to because I still go off of what Ona, the director, said. It's a suspenseful thriller. And now knowing that, then now knowing all the elements added in it, like Red Hulk and the leader and
didn't they cast his wife too?
Right.
His daughter. Liv Taylor's coming back to be Betty.
Okay.
We've got so many things going on in this film, and then you got him from My Time to Shine. Hello, Sam is forming this. It's not going to be the Avengers team, but it's a team of Avengers that are going to be in this film to help him. So I'm curious to even know what is this team? Who's on? What are
what are we dealing with? Who's going to be there?
The brokest nigga in the Avengers, please.
I
don't know what I could give you in return, but I figure Banner's got to be there.
Maybe.
I figure. I don't know what version of Hulk. Maybe they go the cheap route and we get Hulk and Scar. Maybe we get Hulk and Scar's little bald headed.
I was like, hopefully Scar grew some hair by then.
It's like I said, it's a lot of questions. Spoiler Kings, appreciate you being here. What is going on?
Who played Scar? Was it a black or white? Because that nigga's fade was cooked.
I don't know.
I don't think they finished all the production on that anyway.
Oh,
let's go. Let's go here really quickly. Well, actually, let's go here. Let's go to the Super Mario Bros. So is anybody else shocked by this? Because I'm not.
No,
I'm not. I was amazed by the trailer, the detail in the trailer, just everything. And like I said, I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard people saying that Chris Pratt's voice is really not that bad as Mario. Still haven't seen it. Definitely want to see this movie. I was supposed to see it this past weekend, but ended up not going. I'm not shocked by what this is doing in the box office. I'm more shocked by the critic score. It's not, the reviews aren't good.
Right.
But the box office is great. And the box office is, I saw people saying, well, why are the reviews so bad but the box office is great? Okay,
Because
well, you
it's
can
a
say the
classic.
same thing about Star Wars, The Last Jedi. The reviews are awful, but the box office on Star Wars films always is up. No matter how bad.
Y'all gotta think about who's leaving reviews too, bro.
Yeah,
like
that
this
too.
shit most of the time don't even be like true fans.
Yeah, that too. Who's leaving reviews? So I'm not shocked by what Super Mario Bros. Is doing at all. I'm more excited to see this film and excited. Are there post-credit scenes for? Has anybody seen it? You can spoil it for me. Are there post-credit scenes? Because if there are post-credit scenes, I'm more excited for what this means.
Yeah. I need the saga.
I need
Luigi's
are we going
Mansion
to actually
and
going to do like
fucking
Super Smash Bros?
Yeah, I need it.
Like, I want to see Star Fox. Like, are we?
Bro, what's crazy is I saw a little leaked like thing, and it had Star Fox on there. It had the Mario movie. It had Mario 2. It had Star Fox on there. It had Zelda on there.
I've heard about the Zelda stuff.
It had, and then it had Super Smash Bros. At the end, and then it had a Mario Kart, like a full Mario Kart thing on there. I don't know if it was real or not, but I think I've been hearing some shit about Star Fox.
Does have a plan.
Yeah,
they opened the Super Mario Bros. World. At,
there was the Detective
Universal.
Pikachu 2 on there.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu 2. Yeah, like I said, I think Nintendo might have some type of, since everybody's doing a cinematic universe, they might have some type of plan.
Hey, Marvel laid the groundwork, but if they gonna be shitty now, just leave every other company to go fight for it. And it's like, we were all talking about like box office and cinema dying and stuff. I remember we had that video and conversation and stuff. Maybe it was a while back, but it's like, it's just good to see companies actually trying to put a plan together, not just for 1 or 2 movies, but for actually like a whole studious and a whole like 10 movie layout and stuff like that. And so it's actually to see studios and producers actually getting back to work and realizing that cinema's only dead whenever y'all release bad shit. If y'all put good shit in the movie theaters, we're gonna go watch it.
Yeah, people are gonna come. They're saying that there's 2 post credits.
Oh, there's 2 post credits. What do the post credits indicate? Future? In the trailer you hear Peach say there's a big galaxy out there. So
I haven't been watching anything because I want to go see it, but it's like I stayed away. The only trailers I've seen are Secret Invasion and Blue Beetle.
I was trying to see where James Gunn said
we look like some casuals. We've been keeping up.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. James Gunn said, and we're about to.
Nobody in the comments gonna drop what the post-credit scenes are?
I know, they're like nuts.
James Gunn said Superman Legacy comes out July 11th, 2025. That's the first film, Creatures Commandos, which they honestly could have kept, will be out on TV before that.
Teases Yoshi. Oh, that was another one.
Cool.
Yoshi. That was the next one. And the other is Bowser's, more of Bowser's song. And I heard that Bowser's song's like, people are talking about that's what's gonna get Jack Black a motherfucking Grammy or some shit. So I guess
I didn't watch
hella
it,
niggas love it. I haven't watched it either. I guess hella niggas loving that. I'm gonna have to go check on that.
Okay, I like the
You just
Yoshi
need to go
tease.
see
That's
it.
pretty dope.
I want to go see.
Raymond said that James Gunn finished writing the script yet. He's on Twitter a lot for a screenwriter. I don't think he's done with the script. I think he's still working on the script from just something that I thought he tweeted out not too long ago. But this whole July 11th, 2025 thing, and that's probably subject to change. It's August.
I don't think so, because they were talking about, him and his brother were talking about how it's their dad's birthday on that.
Okay.
I don't think it'll change. Unless it's like another year back, but I think that date is set.
It's pretty set in stone.
He said whenever he told his brother that day, his brother called him crying because he said it's dad's birthday and shit.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty set.
Okay, well then we can expect Superman Legacy to come July 11th, 2025. And as much as I'm looking forward to DC's the stuff. Now, I've said this, and I mean this. I do mean this. I mean this. Because I'm going to segue this into that in just a second. With Star Wars, if you're enjoying Mandalorian Season 3, I'm happy for you. There are episodes and elements that I enjoy. This most recent episode with Jack Black and Lizzo, I don't know what the fuck is going on over there. I don't know. You know, when I'm watching Star Wars Celebration, Kathleen Kennedy talked so fucking much for a person. I almost called her something. For a person on her way out. Like, she was talking so much about future. She was like, oh, you know, she was asked about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Like, are they going to do a series or second season? I'm still confused why we did the first season, but why we're even talking about a second season, and not why are we talking? Why are you talking about a second season? I thought you were on your This Is It tour.
Right.
I thought this was farewell, final curtain call. You were done after Indiana Jones, but she's talking so heavily about the future of Lucasfilm and Star Wars. It's honestly concerning, and it's concerning because if you I know that you guys aren't, you know, but we do have people that are. It was always confusing when Grogu, Baby Yoda, came back into The Mandalorian because at the end of season 2 he left with Luke. But then you got those two, we got the shitty, and anytime I talk about Star Wars, expect shitty to follow. But you got the shitty, well, I'm happy with some of the announcements from Celebration. But the shitty Book of Boba, or book of, whatever the fuck it was.
Said Book of Boba Fart.
Whatever the fuck it was. Was it I think it was the Book of Boba Fett. It was the Boba Fett show.
That shit had to have sucked.
You had the Boba Fett show that was terrible. Terrible.
Oh my god.
Not what I wanted at all. Not to me what even they set up at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian when he showed up, kills Bib Fortuna, sits on the throne, blah 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 blah. That wasn't the vibe. This show was not the vibe of what you set up in your post credit.
True.
Terrible. Okay? But you had 2 episodes in there that dealt with the Mandalorian. It was confusing. Like, why? And then Boba Fett wasn't in either one of those episodes. At the time, it didn't make sense. But we talk about Jeff Snyder a lot over here. Jeff Snyder is the insider who talks about a lot of Marvel stuff, Star Wars stuff, DC, just whatever. He talks about it. Jeff Snyder talked about this a while ago, but then kind of confirmed it with Celebration just happening. Kathleen Kennedy and Jon Favreau, writer John, you guys know Jon Favreau, fucking happy. Jon Favreau, had disagreements behind the scenes because it was her idea. It was Kathleen's fucking idea to inject those 2 episodes of The Mandalorian into the Book of Boba Fett, putting Grogu back with Mando. And I know this, again, makes no sense to you guys. Putting Grogu back with Mando to have him weirdly placed in season 3. Because if you watch season 3, if you're watching Mandalorian, I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I will always love Star Wars. Even when I'm done with Disney's Star Wars, I will still love Star Wars. The hatred I have for Marvel, I can't have that for Star Wars. Like, I hate some of the things going on, but I can never say, oh, I'm
done.
But I am disconnecting my Disney Plus account after this season of Mandalorian because I'm done paying the mouse for shitty content. I'm not going to continue to dole out money to you now. What is it, $20 a month now? You want $20 a month?
And this is what you're giving me?
You want $20 a month from me? You gotta come a little bit better than that.
Right.
You gotta, because again, I'm not enjoying
even
the content.
Even if they do, I don't know if 20 get.
I can't do
pirate
ads.
that.
I can't do ads. But you know, I'm not. I can't do the shitty content. Mandalorian season 3 again for me, it's okay. I enjoyed Bad Batch season 2 way more than I enjoyed the first season. Those last few episodes were great. I also think this. Well, let me also say this about Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal. We all know Pedro Pascal is the one in the costume. He's the voice for Mando. He's not in. Pedro Pascal hasn't been on set. Pedro Pascal didn't even show up to Celebration. Pedro Pascal was not on set, has not been on set of The Mandalorian. Why? Because he is like Bale, Christian Bale. He wants his face to be seen. But that was never the plan for this. Right. And that's where him and Jon Favreau are bumping heads. Because Jon Favreau has a plan for his... this is his created show. Him and Dave kind of created this together, but it's more Jon Favreau. And the plan was, that Mandalorian was not supposed to show himself. We saw him at the end of season 2 so that him and Grogu could see each other eye to eye and all that kind of shit. But the whole creed that they have is... They don't show certain there's different clans. I'm not going to go into the deep shit, but there's different clans, and the clan he's a part of, they don't take off their helmets. Okay. And now in this not the most recent Lizzo Jack Black episode, the episode before that, it was told to us that Bo-Katan, who is another Mandalorian, but she comes from a different clan where they can take off the helmets, that she's seen both sides. So she can, because she's a part of their clan now that can't. So she can take off her helmet and she can't. Well, who else has seen both fucking sides? Pedro Pascal's fucking character, the Mandalorian. So now it's going to be one of those things where I guarantee you, because Kathleen Kennedy is injecting herself in business, where, again, it's confusing to me if she's on her way out.
Why are you still here?
Why is she still in, so I guess maybe on her way out, she's just making sure that she kicks everybody in the fucking balls and just fucks up shit, because him allowing Pedro Pascal to get his way and him show his face, you knew, for me, and I'm saying this about Christian Bale too, you knew when you signed up for the role what you were signing up for.
True.
We don't have to see your fucking face. I wanted to see gore. That wasn't gore. I don't know what that was. I don't need to see Pedro Pascal. I don't have to see him. I don't know. There's a lot of drama going on, and there's a lot of just this and this and that. That's why we're getting some of the stuff that we're getting out of Mandalorian Season 3. That's why it doesn't feel like Season 1 or Season 2. Season 1 and Season 2 felt like Star Wars. There are moments where it feels like Star Wars, but there are moments where I'm like,
what is this?
Like, we've got to fix this shit. But again, that's just my opinion on it. That's my fucking opinion on what's going on with Star Wars. But I guess we'll address this really quickly too. Why are you? I mean, is anybody watching this? I'm not.
These aren't creative no more, bro. They just gotta double back on old shit.
Yeah.
7 seasons. So you're gonna tell the 9 movies in 7 seasons? I'm confused. How to me that doesn't make sense.
I thought there was definitely a show that was more catered to the origin of Harry's parents.
Congratulations. I ain't watching all that.
I thought there was an origin story. I thought of one of Harry's parents and how the whole legend of Harry Potter started, but I didn't know they were doing like a whole 7 season.
No, they're retelling the movies, just in a series, and it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense because I don't know. My thing is if you were going to do anything, what the fuck have we been? Yeah, money, but are they really going to make money off of this? Are people gonna watch? You think people are gonna watch?
I think younger people are gonna watch.
Maybe.
I think it's easier for younger people to watch episodes instead of the longer Harry Potter, and Hogwarts Legacy just came out.
That's true. And then you got younger people that were probably attached to that Fantastic Beasts shit. I wasn't.
I was really sad when Legacies left. I was like, oh.
I don't even think the game was that good. I mean, stone me on that hill, but the Hogwarts Legacy wasn't that good.
Did you play it?
It gets boring fairly quickly. I wanna play it. But I only feel like it'll make a little bit of money just because there's Harry Potter lovers that are gonna watch it just because it's Harry Potter.
True.
And then there's the younger people who are like, I've never watched Harry Potter.
To Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, like we do. I mean, I personally do. To me, if you were going to do this, do what, again, ear to the ground fans, Cursed Child.
Yeah.
I mean, now, Emma Watson recently came out and said that I think she's iffy. I mean, I don't even know if it's iffy. She won't, I don't think, work on anything with JK working on it, after the whole trans comments that JK Rowling made.
That's right.
So I don't know. I don't know. But I did see that she also said they wanted to make sure that it stuck to the Wizarding World or not Wizarding World. I'm sorry, stuck to its British roots that she built it in and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. No one asked for this shit. To me, this doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
I really thought I didn't know it was about all the movies. I really thought it was like a spin-off of one of the characters.
No, they're really retelling retelling it. I mean, because you can't add shit. Because if you add shit, then you're one. Maybe they don't care. You're then gonna piss off the original fans because now you're adding shit was never in the books. And the books, the films, to a point, are pretty accurate to the books.
Right.
So I wonder how accurate this is going to be to anything. Does anybody even care about it being accurate to the books or anything like that? Maybe people don't care. Maybe it's just like, oh, let's just do a Harry Potter series. New. I saw somebody fan casting Matt Smith as Draco's father.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Each season will be a book. I mean, it makes sense. I'm just not interested.
Yeah, I'm not.
I didn't.
But isn't there 9 books?
Is there 9?
Isn't there 9 books, or is there 7 books?
Isn't there? There's 9 films, right? There's
9 movies.
There's 9 movies, but is there 7
movies?
I think there's 9 movies because Deathly Hallows is in 2 parts.
9 movies. You're right.
9 movies, right?
Yeah. So, that's thoughts on Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So let's, I guess, before we watch the trailers, let's just get through all of this. And the last thing that we'll do here is going to be these here. I haven't seen, now, again, I haven't been paying attention to the direct.
7 books. Okay, so
7 books.
Yeah, so then 7 seasons.
Okay, so there's 7 movies then. Are there 9 movies?
No, there's 9 movies because there was 2 movies I think that were split up in 2 parts.
Deathly Hallows.
Was split up in 2 parts. So there's technically 9 movies. I want to say Deathly Hallows and another one was set in 2 parts. Was it not?
There's
no,
8.
just Deathly Hallows.
Oh, there's just 8.
Unless there's 9.
Oh, there's 9. Okay, that's what I thought. My favorite is Half-Blood Prince. That is my favorite one. I love that film.
I don't think I've seen any of them after the second movie.
Oh my! Well, you need to step your wizarding.
I know. I'm just
knowledge up. The Harry Potter franchise is, no pun intended, it's magical.
I think it's really because my dad was more of a Lord of the Rings.
See, that's where I fall off.
Yeah.
I can't.
Don't really care
about both. I love Lord of the Rings, but I do need to be an adult and sit down and
you gotta watch
Harry Potter.
Now, I've tried to watch Lord of the Rings. I can't. But Harry Potter, I think.
He said all day, every day.
Yeah, you can watch Harry Potter. But this is coming from the direct, and it said, did Black Panther 2 underperform? And I've gotten tagged in this quite a bit on Twitter and everything like that. Again, I've not read the article. Okay. I just saw the title and just shrugged, honestly.
Makes sense.
Because I didn't care to read it. Because it's like, did it underperform? I told you that back in fucking November.
Yeah, I could have been told you that. We've been saying that.
Yeah, we said that back in November, that this shit was going to underperform. I told you that in October. That it was going to underperform. Hell, I got stoned for telling you this in September. That it was going to underperform. And why did it underperform? We all know.
I was going to say, does anyone even give a fuck to talk about Black Panther 2?
I'm telling you, I don't care, but I know I don't care. But I know because I get tagged in this stuff, and I get tagged in it quite a bit. Send it to me in my DMs. People are wanting to know, Darius, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Because, again, I think I can say this now. I am one of the Black Panther YouTube heads out there.
You are.
And it's like, do I care? I will always care about T'Challa. Make no mistake. I will always care about T'Challa. But do I care about their fuck-ups? Do I care about what's going on with Marvel and Black Panther? Do I even care about what's going on currently with Black Panther in comics? No.
Yeah, because they ruined it.
I don't care. And you know, this underperforming shit. What does this say? Fine. New data revealed whether Black Panther: Wakanda Forever underperformed for Marvel Studios. 2022's MCU return to Wakanda was one that was wholly anticipated. No, it wasn't. By whom? Because if it was anticipated, it wouldn't have underperformed. Exactly. Then it says, as fans pondered how director Ryan Coogler and the film's stacked cast would handle the passing of Black Panther's actor Chadwick Boseman, the film ended up becoming one of the year's biggest films, taking home the record for the highest box office total of a female-led superhero film or superhero movie ever in the United States. But it is considered a success in the book of Marvel. But is it considered a success in the book of Marvel Studios? Now, to pause right there, Kevin Feige, and no one has been able to answer this for me. No one, not even like anti-recasters that are on, Twitter. And I've posed this question, but no one can answer it. Kevin Feige did say, correct me if I'm wrong, he did say that Wakanda Forever was integral in one of the most important films of Phase 4. What was integral and why was it so important?
I don't know.
That has not been revealed to me. We were also told and promised that because we were taking T'Challa out of the frame, we are going to put major focus on Wakanda. You're going to learn about this, you're going to learn about that, and then you're going to learn even more in the series. And what did I fucking say? I said, they're not doing a series.
No. Because the movie's not going to
I said this in October. Go back. I think there's like 20, 30 something videos in the Black Panther playlist. If you feel so inclined, watch them all. Everything I spoke this shit.
I see your comments, Snyder. I got you.
I said this. I called all of this. I called the underperformance. I called that they weren't going to do this shit because they don't give a fuck about the Black Panther franchise. And every single person, every anti-recaster came in my comment section and called me a fanboy, called me whining, called me this, called me that.
And here
it called me everything but preaching nothing but fact. So let's take a step. November, December, January, February, March, 4 months later. If I had my sunglasses in here, I'd put them on. Because once again, hi haters, I was right. I was right. It underperformed. They're not doing this because they don't give a fuck about the Black Panther franchise. They never gave a fuck about the Black Panther franchise. They never did. And you can even take, and that's not me. You can say, oh, dear, you're just saying that because you're jaded. You feel some type of way. No. Because you motherfuckers don't like to read. You don't like to do your own research. You only like to come in and watch me say something, watch me for 20 minutes. And then off that 20 minutes, you base your whole opinion. And then you start having that opinion become your fucking identity on the internet. And that shit's ugly. You look stupid. Stop doing that. But you want to come in here and you want to not read and you don't want to do the research for yourself. Chadwick Boseman, him fucking self, was complaining about how much money Marvel was trying to give him to play T'Challa, the Black Panther, back before, or this was, I think, after BP1. I think this was after that. Negotiating what he was going to make moving forward. Things like that. You think that they really gave a damn? Not only that, do you know, too, before Chadwick Boseman, I've said this before, you can go back and watch it like I said, before Chadwick Boseman, the motherfuckers in Wakanda was going to be talking British.
Yeah.
Oh, they really care about the Black Panther franchise. They don't give a shit. They never gave a shit. It took black folks like Chad that gave a fuck to come in there and steer this shit in the right direction. At one point, motherfuckers might have said Ryan did.
I was surprised we didn't get a couple white Wakandans last movie.
Man.
Couple real British people.
I'm telling you, because they don't care. They don't care. And so since you don't care, and you've shown me clearly, and I'm taking it now back to what Julian said, healthy debate, healthy conversation, not coming at you, because you might be watching. They don't care. I'm not optimistic. So when you say that it shows that they care about the fans and this and that, blah, 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 I don't see that. I don't see that. The cancelization or quietly canceling the fucking the series, the underperformance of your terrible film, your morbid terrible film. Again, none of this shit shocks me.
That nigga's stamina said stay silent in British. Ain't he in the UK?
But then this goes on. It says a new report from Deadline reveals just how much Black Panther: Wakanda Forever took home after all expenses were accounted for. The Wakandan epic did good numbers at the box office, earning $454 million domestically and $389 million internationally. Those totals put the film at a final worldwide gross of $859 million USD, with Disney taking home just over half that and $450 million. This $859 million worldwide number puts the film roughly $500 million behind Black Panther's $1.3 billion total from 2018. Black Panther 2 also brought in an additional $155 million in home entertainment revenue and another $170 million from TV streaming. That all means when it's all said and done, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever generated a total of $750 million. Now, I just again want to say, go back. That number? I said that number. Go watch it, bro. Go watch it. I said that number when we were calculating it, when I was doing math and shit.
You did.
I pulled out my fucking, I was doing the math and shit. I even had people commenting on that live telling me, "Oh, you're wrong." Blah blah. Okay. But okay. Anyway, numbers don't lie. I kept saying that shit too. Factoring production costs, $200 million. Print and advertisement, $140 million. Video costs, $55 million. Residuals, $30 million. Interest in overhead, $36 million. And participation, $30 million. Black Panther 2 cost $491 million to make, advertise, and distribute. That means when it's all said and done, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever ended up turning an estimate profit of...
This is the number. This is the number niggas need to pay attention
Right.
to. Not the 7 blase this, that, and box office. This is the number.
Right here.
Woo! That shit's funny, bro.
What is it, like 220 something?
Let me.
I don't even know. I was just a guess.
That means when it's all said and done, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever ended up turning an estimate profit of $259 million.
Ain't nothing over like 2 something.
Right, no, ain't no way.
Woo! But we were wrong. We were the haters. I was the crying fanboy. This is significantly is a nice word. Less than the 400.
Drastically.
Yeah.
Dramatically. Fuck all that. Nigga, we gonna use a big word for this.
A leap.
That's terrible. Then the $476.8 million profit mark set by the original Black Panther film. However, one has to remind themselves that Wakanda Forever was released into a theatrical... Nope.
No.
Not using COVID. I'm not using COVID. No, fuck that. No one does not have to remember that shit because that wasn't a fucking factor. Then it says another variable here is the significant lack of the China. Nope. That shit released in China. And it still underperformed. So no, that had nothing to do with it. Those two factors, those were the two things that the anti-recasters kept using. COVID and China.
That shit ain't mean
Both wrong. Both wrong.
True. I mean, you just said that earlier too. Like, if they really wanted to make it happen, they would have made it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Then it says when compared to 2022's Thor: Love and Thunder, Wakanda Forever fared much better, more than doubling Love and Thunder's take-home profit of $103 million. Then it says, was Black Panther 2 a success? So with all the data, was Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever actually a success for Disney and Marvel Studios? The simple answer is yes. Simple answer is still no to me. Then it says Ryan Coogler's Wakanda sequel was a worthy endeavor, getting into the black by quite a bit. Oh, I don't know what that means. And then it says, sure, it may have underperformed when compared to its predecessor in Black Panther, but that is a lofty bar to strive. It's not. It's not. I'm done reading that because they're going a direction I now don't agree with.
A bunch of ball
Yeah.
tickling and
Yeah, they're now going a direction I don't agree with. So, but no, ta-da!
did it do better than any other Marvel films?
I think.
I guess we
just
have
Love
to.
and Thunder.
Just
I
Love
was
and
gonna say,
Thunder.
I guess no.
Just Love and Thunder.
I don't.
That's all it did better than was
My
Love
thing
and
is,
Thunder.
it just didn't mean anything culturally
at all. You know, the whole
It's like-
importance that they were stressing on it. It
It's
wasn't
like,
there.
We got those actors and shit, and a couple athletes were like, "Oh, it's sad." It is sad. They were honest. I don't know if they
Right.
were bullshitting on the good aspect of it, but we got the celebrities saying Black Panther was so sad, it made me cry and shit like that. But that shit ain't. I ain't seen no one. Oh, Shuri was tough as fuck.
Right.
I ain't seen nobody in that
Right,
movie.
like Shuri was
I didn't even
in-
see
Remember that
anyone.
fight.
I didn't see anyone really even talking about Namor like that. As
Right.
much as I enjoyed Namor, it just
enjoyed him.
wasn't no talk. That's
You know, and here's what it comes down to what you just said. When you said damn. What
did Q say?
what it really comes down to is that oh man, where was I going? Because you said it and I was like, damn. Fuck, I don't even remember what you said.
Gotta be culturally, bruh.
Culturally.
Yeah.
Culturally.
No indent.
They promised that this shit was going to touch more on Wakanda and culturally and this
my
and this
fault
and
to
that.
cut you off. We got more culture for the Mayans, the Namor, and the
Than we
Mexican
did.
culture.
Yeah.
We got more culture.
And it goes back to, again, we talked about this. It goes back to what Brother Umar was saying. I'm not going to put it in those words. That's not the words I put in.
That's not the words I would use.
It's not the words I would use.
I was like,
You know, I get the idea of it being put out.
Exactly, but that's not the words I would use. But I understand where he's coming from because that's what because they put more. That's what I was gonna say. They were so focused on the first 15 minutes that the rest of the film didn't fucking matter.
Right.
They just pieced some bullshit together. They were so focused on retelling, and I'm gonna say this every time, and being comfortable with making us pay for it. They were so focused on the 15-minute funeral.
Bro, and another thing is like, can we stop making these like Wakanda niggas look race? Like every time they see a white person, they gotta crack a little white joker.
Yeah,
so every time they
that
see
too.
Ross, they gotta hit a little white racist
I
jokers.
know, I'm like-
that's it's cool every couple of times when M'Baku did it at the beginning or but like for every time that when Shuri or Okoye sees this nigga, they crack a little white joke. It's just like, bro, that shit. That's just me. That shit ain't even funny. It's annoying, and that's like. I don't know. That I bet you the Chinese niggas over there like these black people so racist every time they give General Ross a little racist quote, bro.
My favorite colonizer. I was like, oh damn, you didn't have to do it like that.
I like what Gray said too. COVID didn't stop the dinosaurs. That's very true because in that film they got like 1.2.
And COVID ain't stopped that nigga jumping out of plane. What Top Maverick?
Yeah, COVID didn't stop Top Maverick. or any
COVID
of
ain't
that
stopped
shit.
Spider-Man. All 3 Spider-Man. COVID ain't. Yeah, that's
That
a
was more
bullshit
in the
excuse.
COVID,
That's a COVID
era.
ain't stopped.
Yeah, it
Doctor
was.
Strange and Scarlet Witch.
I know
COVID
Assurance
ain't
said
stopped.
vaccines were already
Some
made by
bullshit.
then, and movie came out. In
I'll tell
China
you what
after
stopped
90
Black
days.
Panther.
Marvel.
I'll tell you what stopped Black Panther. Yeah.
Marvel stopped Black Panther. Coogler stopped Black Panther. Nate Moore's lying ass stopped Black Panther. Everybody that didn't object to the removal of T'Challa stopped Black Panther. You know, Kevin Feige included in that, getting up there in 2020 and stating what he stated because Chadwick Boseman's rendition transcends any iteration. We're not going to recast the character. That stopped Black Panther.
I just feel like I just feel like it. Obviously, he should have been recasted, and if now was not the time, we could have waited for another phase. We could have waited for another
Push
phase.
that
to
shit
go
back.
through.
They have no problem pushing shit back. They're forever pushing shit back. Push that shit the fuck back. If
That's
you
what I was
weren't, I've said it. I'm not gonna go into it because I've said it. It's repetitive. It's repetitive. I've said if you weren't comfortable. I've said if the cast couldn't. I've said if Ryan couldn't. I've said it all. I mean, at this point, you made your bed. Now you have to lie in your fuck up.
There you go.
You made this bed. Now you have to lie in it. Now what are you going to do? What are you going to do with this franchise after this? I don't personally care because until, like I told Julian, unless, and I'm not talking no motherfucking variant, People are so excited. And for those of you, I hate shitting on parades like this, but for those of you that are excited for the possibilities of seeing T'Challa in Secret Wars,
he's just gonna die if he's there.
Yeah.
But he ain't coming back to the now confirmed 19999.
Yeah, I'll tell you. 1, he not gonna be there. 2, if he is, he's gonna die.
He's gonna die. Yeah, like
he's gonna be the sacrificial lamb, bro. Like
it's just like here we go. It's just like you said. It's repetitive.
Black Panther, as y'all niggas know, it is done.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That just being honest, bro. That shit died with Chadwick.
That is true.
Like that's
Panther,
what they took it as.
It's gone. We are not. Toussaint to child, whatever the fuck you want to call him.
They're rewriting. Yep.
TJ, he is. I've said this, and maybe months, maybe I am gonna toot a horn. I was right about the Heir to the Empire stuff when I started talking about the Star Wars stuff. I was right. I've been saying Heir to the Empire since fucking Bad Batch, and everybody like Cody. Because me and Cody talked about this at work. Me and Cody worked together. I went, as soon as I saw the Ahsoka trailer, I went to him and I told him, I told you months ago, Heir to the Empire. Right. Nobody wanted to believe me, but hey, I'm tooting that horn. I've been saying that. I also said that Toussaint was going to be the future. We are told that the next Black Panther film is supposed to come in 2026, I believe. So 2 years from now, I'm going to sit in this chair and I'm going to say the same thing. I was right. It ain't about T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. It is about T'Child.
Yeah, and that nigga gonna be probably woke as hell too. Go ahead.
I'm telling you.
Hey, yeah,
I'm telling you.
We gonna wait till 2026 to see that one.
Right. I'm telling you, because it doesn't. I saw what Gray said too, that they're slowly phasing Suri out of the promos. Suri's slowly getting phased out of the promos now. Yeah. Like if you look at that female, I don't know if it was a book or something on Disney Plus that they did. Suri wasn't in the female superheroes. Okoye was.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I just want to say for everybody one more time, for everybody that even may be watching, you may not like me. You may just tune in out of a disdain for me. I don't know.
Right.
But again, I was right.
Here's the thing.
I called all
knows
this.
What he's talking about,
I called
whether you
all
like
this.
it or not. He's right.
Jill said I dejected.
Yeah, Asher, I didn't want to say it, but watch. I'm telling you, something's gonna be woke in some shape, or way, aspect, something. Toussaint gonna be something, some other little representative item for some other community.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Watch him not even be black.
He is not. Yeah, I mean, he is already black. That's why I didn't want to say that because we already saw him a little bit. But watch, he's going to be some token item for some other community. He's not just going to be, here's you guys' black hero. And even if he was, shit, I hate to be the negative nigga, but I don't want that nigga as my hero. Like, I don't know him.
Andre Ware said they don't even have BP3 on the itinerary. I believe it's all already canceled.
Maybe. You know, I don't know. Hey, but I have my receipts.
Y'all might get that nigga in What If.
I have my receipts.
Y'all might get Star-Lord.
And as far
T'Challa Lord.
As far as the because Astra did ask, as far as the video goes, the BP video, I know, Jesus. So far. It's been so long. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do.
I forgot about that shit.
I know, right?
Damn.
Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to do, it'll just be me because I'm not going to make y'all sit through that shit. I am going to do the video, what I have for the video, but I'm going to do it live. I'm going to do it live with you guys and do it because I did put on Twitter the other day that I feel like from some of the ignorance I've been seeing, it's time to do another BP stream. And I will just incorporate that into that. So everybody can get it that way. And we'll have a good old ranting time because I'm telling you, I have nothing positive good to say about anything going on with the Black Panther stuff.
Yeah, I just looked it up and basically they're saying like there's no release date, there's no basically there's just no confirmation of if it's even gonna be a Black Panther 3. So I would.
What the fuck is there? Ain't no Wakanda, ain't no queen, ain't
right.
no king, ain't Fuck it, bro. I don't want to see that shit.
There's not a queen.
I damn near don't want to see Doctor Strange. And that's my favorite hero. Today I'm sitting there looking at all the little comic or the concept arts they didn't do with the movies. I'm damn near on the verge of the Doctor Strange movies fucking suck.
Yeah. I mean, a lot just wasn't great.
There's a lot that just wasn't great.
It's like you realize more and more what Nate Moore said. They don't care about hiring writers and people who give a fuck about their characters. Because if you really go back and if you care about a character like I care about Doctor Strange, you can see it. Like, I can literally sit in my room and read a Doctor Strange comic and write a script for a movie better than the both two I've seen. Right. And I know you can do the same for Black Panther. Corey, I don't know who your favorite is. I'm sure you could do the same thing. It's just, they don't fucking care. No, and they get teams of writers.
My favorite has already gone and passed. And they did him right.
Oh, right, man.
Yeah, they did him right, as they should.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Cool.
Well,
you should have just picked someone else and been on our side.
Sorry,
you should have said like you're a Drax fan or some shit.
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get. I don't know if we're going to get copyrighted for this or any of this. I'm not sure, but we'll go ahead and do these trailers because I've not seen them.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and do this.
Which one are we starting with?
Spider-Man.
I've seen that one. So
I have not seen Spider-Man yet.
Actually, no. I want to talk about something in this one.
Here we go.
My name is Miles Morales. I'm Brooklyn's one and only Spider-Man. And things are going great.
Oh yeah, you were supposed to be here at 5.
Alright, whatever.
Whatever?
Wow.
Whatever?
So are you like a cow or a Dalmatian?
I am the Spot.
It's not funny. Don't do that.
Miles's grades are pretty good. A in AP Physics.
That's my little man.
And a B in Spanish.
What?
Ooh, okay.
Miles.
Are you trying
Mira, eso es imposible.
I gotta go. All right, bye.
He's lying to you. And I think you know it.
What's up, danger?
Miles! Want to get out of here?
Oh, when? So wait a minute. There's an elite crew with all the best spider people in it?
Who's the new guy?
This is unbelievable.
This is the lobby. Miguel O'Hara. The whole thing was his idea.
What's a guy gotta do to join this spider team?
You can never be part of this. Don't even get me started on Doctor Strange and the little nerd back on Earth 1999-99.
Come on, go easy on the kid. He had a terrible teacher.
Peter!
Miles!
Mayday! You have a baby?
I have a baby.
I'll take it from here. Miles, being Spider-Man is a sacrifice. You have a choice between saving one person and saving every world.
Send me home.
I can't do that.
I can do both! Spider-Man always...
Not always.
What about Uncle Ben?
If not for Uncle Ben, most of us wouldn't be here.
Can't stop me now!
You can't run forever, kid!
I can't lose one more friend.
Miguel, this isn't what we talked about!
You knew?
You have no idea what you're doing!
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
All stations, stop Spider-Man!
You? Me?
And then I looked at my uncle and...
let me guess. He died?
I liked it.
Sorry, them reacting to me.
No, I liked it. I did like it. I liked
That
that
was
trailer.
good.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I saw that before I saw the trailer. I saw everybody sharing that picture, the meme or whatever. Yeah, the whole finally confirming it is Earth 9199999, and that they mentioned
Peter Parker and Peter
Doctor Strange
Parker
and
Peter Parker
the little
Doctor
nerd kid.
Strange.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's still out there. The whole speculation, rumor, leak that Tom, Andrew, and Toby, I guess, are supposed to show up. For sure, Tom, possibly.
Yeah.
But the other two, I think, are they're in that, but that's a big maybe. But for sure, I think Tom is. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool that they mentioned the MCU in that way too. So I wonder what the plan is for the whole connection there. But
I know. I'm wondering, like, are they eventually going to live action this? Like, are we going to get a live action Miles Morris? Are we going to get a live action Ghosty Spider? Like,
who fucking knows what they're going to do with that?
Curious.
Spot looked dope, though.
Spot did look dope.
Yeah, Spot looked dope.
Secret Invasion. Have not seen this one either.
We had
Fury. Since you've been gone, things have gotten much worse. Why do you think I came back?
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us, old friend.
This is personal.
Very few of us know about the wars fought in the shadows that have raged on this planet. Do you feel responsible?
Where are the Avengers? This war is one I have to fight. Alone. You're the most wanted man on the planet.
You don't know what they have planned for you.
The great Nick Fury. One last fight.
Okay.
You know, I'm still looking forward to Secret Invasion, but it is that trailer, that one kind of confirmed one of my concerns, and that is that we are not going to see the Skrulls taking over heroes. They're going to be taking over like
casuals.
Yeah, casuals,
Yeah.
politicians, things like that. Yeah, people within the government, and that to me, that's why I put on Twitter. This is going to be the MCU's version of Secret Invasion, because this is not one. Like, I'm not even going to say all that, but yeah, this is not that kind of confirmed my concern.
Yeah, I like the tone of it.
I like the tone.
Yeah,
I'm
I do
always
like the
excited
tone.
to see Sam on screen, but it's like you said, it's not going to be Secret Invasion, so I'm not expecting Secret Invasion. But I like the direction and the tone of the trailer and everything like that. I feel like it's more geared towards adults, and
yeah,
I don't know. I like the tone of it, and I think that's enough to keep it on. I'm anticipating it for sure.
Yeah.
Now, that's not saying they're not going to get in episode 3 and might not be watching it no more, because
oh yeah, I did say that too.
We don't know.
I said that shit too. I said if because that's when I'm gonna reactivate my Disney Plus account, is when Secret Invasion comes out, because I believe that's the next thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. If it's not hitting, I won't.
Yeah, I won't watch it either. I'm not gonna go through another She-Hulk.
I can't.
Yeah, I know.
And I know.
But
I feel like maybe I have an obligation here, but bro, that's tough. Do you want me to get on here and just shit on it? Like, do you want me to just get on here and just be like, bro, this is what I hate. I hate this. I hate this. I don't know.
Well, we had a few people in the comments saying that like it was giving them Winter Soldier vibes, which I can definitely concur. Like, I definitely like the tone of it, but I was hoping that they were going to impersonate more heroes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's Secret Invasion,
right?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. But we'll move to the next trailer here.
Hold on. CGZ said this is the 2020 comic version of Secret Invasion.
Hey, that's fine. Keep it.
Yeah.
That's not the Secret Invasion that, you know, I'm sure all of us Marvel fans were saying, oh, can't wait for Secret Invasion. That's because no, that's not the Secret Invasion. I first, I've never even read that one because I stopped, again, as everybody knows, I stopped reading after all different Marvel. But when I think Secret Invasion, this is what I said I wasn't going to say earlier, but since he's in the bathroom, I wasn't going to touch on all this earlier, but there's no Secret Invasion, again, without T'Challa.
Right.
You cannot tell that story accurately
without T'Challa.
You can't. I mean, sure, could you put someone else, a different hero, in that place to play that part?
Sure.
You could. But the way that it happens in the comic, T'Challa is so formidable. He outsmarts
I was about to say, it's just the ability. It's not even about it. I mean, it is about the character because the character has the ability to. That's how all this started. That's who brought the attention.
Yeah.
To the planet of 199999. So it's just like, again, how can, if you did even replace it, you would have to replace it with someone that's as close to or accurate to T'Challa, and there's not, because there's just one T'Challa and y'all killed him. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to see. I thought I figured we wouldn't, but I was hopeful that we would see them, taking over.
And like I said, I mean, we can still be optimistic. We never know. I did. What? Who was in there? Rhodey. Rhodey was in a.
Yeah, Rhodey's in there.
I mean, probably not Rhodey, but because is he a hero? He is a hero. But
he's War Machine, but
he wears more of an armor than he does. You know what I mean? Like, can you really impersonate a War Machine? You can impersonate.
Oh, well, there's that. Yeah.
You can do Rhodey.
You can be Rhodey. Yeah,
but you can't be like a. You know what I mean? So it's like, how does that work?
I mean, but when a Skrull, obviously, when they take over, when they take over that person or whoever, they take over everything. Like
right.
That the faculty, everything. They know everything. So it's. But we'll do the Guardians trailer.
Pete, I'm done running. My sacred mission is to create the perfect society.
I'm gonna tell you something. We were gone for quite a while, but no matter what happens next, the galaxy still needs its guardians. Are you ready? For one last ride?
Don't forget where we came from.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are. The Guardians of the Galaxy have no place in my world.
These Guardians are more powerful than you think. Some corners of the universe consider him God.
It's a face-off. Wait. Go! I'm Groot?
Yeah, that looked cool.
Guardians. Everything you love shall be destroyed.
I want you all to know that I am grateful to fight beside my friends.
Screw you! You stretch-faced, RoboCop-looking, purple nurple piece of...
Yona.
You think?
I guess we'll die trying. I decided die trying ain't our thing no more. Kiss your mom with that face?
Oh, no.
Incinerate them.
We were always searching for a family.
Until we found each other.
We'll all fly away together. One last time.
into the forever and beautiful sky.
Well, that's really, really soon.
Yeah. We got less than a month.
Yeah, no. Now, see, again, I'm still interested in seeing Guardians. I still want to see. Like I said earlier, I'm invested because I love the first one. I love the second one, and I still want to see this. You know, I still want to see it. I'm upset about the whole connections with Kang stuff, or lack thereof connections with Kang stuff. But I mean, I also understand that this is their farewell film. But at the same time, I just feel like
the Gold Boy, wasn't he connection with Damn it.
Who?
Warlock?
Nope. Eternals. Didn't he show up?
No, you're confusing him with Harry Styles as Star Fox.
Okay, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, you're.
I mean, I'm personally, one of the comments I was gonna make is that I'm saying it right now. I don't think Rocket's gonna die, but after reading CGZ say Gunn isn't gonna let them keep Rocket, it actually kind of makes sense. Do we think Gunn is gonna be a dickhead and not let them keep any of his characters?
He just made recent comments about Rocket.
Shit, I've been out the loop.
I know.
Does Rocket die?
What did he say about Rocket?
I personally don't think the nigga does.
I do feel like, well, no, I don't know, because there was rumors going around for a while that someone is going to die.
Drax is gonna die.
Oh, is it Drax?
Drax is gonna die. I personally think Star-Lord's gonna die.
Maybe because also, name please, Peter Quill, who plays him.
Chris Pratt.
Jesus, Chris Pratt just recently talked about how, in an interview, they asked him about him playing Booster Gold in the DCU. Not saying that he can't play in the DCU and play in the MCU, but he got asked about it, and he said, "If James feels that I'm right for that role, then."
I don't think Rocket's gonna die simply because he's a character that's easily marketable, and you can kind of plug him into cameo films and shit like that easily. Him and Groot, in a sense,
right?
They both make you money. They're easily marketable, and they're easy to plug in as cameos anywhere. Only thing that sucks about him is that you have to CGI him all the way, but it's like they already have him in their system and everything like that, so it's not nothing extra.
Right.
I think Rocket and everything, it's just he's gonna be the sentimental part of the movie because this is the last Guardians movie we're getting, and I'm pretty sure Rocket's, if he's not our favorite Guardian, at least he's at everyone's top 2 or 3, I would say. And so
isn't this more of his origin story?
Yeah, we're going through his origin. I think every time we're in, like, even when he was going through Infinity War with Thor, almost all the time when he's put in like a position of sentimental, the nigga can make you cry. Like, he's like a baby raccoon whenever he gives you the eyes and everything. Like, I don't know. I really think it's Drax and Star-Lord that's gone. I don't really see the use. I mean, they could all die, if I'm being honest.
This is what James said, sorry. Not 21 hours ago. No one said he was going to die. James Gunn on killing Rocket Raccoon's character on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Speculation. James Gunn, swan song for Marvel Studios would be his final, blah, blah, blah. Where's the whole quote? No one said he was going to die. He said, no one said he was going to die, but that's not how stories work. Is that the whole quote? I swear he said more than that.
I don't know. People are in the comments saying both Drax and Rocket are going.
Maybe.
And they're just
I've always had the speculation of
Drax
Rocket.
is gone.
Yeah, we've been saying Drax. Drax is out.
I don't really think.
But then again, you take it back to Dave Bautista's comments when he said, Drax isn't going anywhere. It just won't be this guy playing him.
True.
So I don't know. I don't know.
I just think Drax the Destroyer got to sacrifice himself for the greater good this movie. That nigga actually got to destroy something, and it might be himself.
Right.
But no, like, genuinely, I don't think there's much of Star-Lord's story to tell.
Maybe not.
I don't think there's much plot left for him outside of what they want to do with Gamora. If they want to explore that, then fine.
I mean, you're going to have Adam Warlock joining the team, so there's a new member.
I don't know. I just don't think. I mean, I fit the space Cosmo. Cosmo's probably going to be on the new team, I would assume.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
They probably. I don't know.
Groot and Rocket might survive, maybe.
I don't think Rocket dies. I don't think he dies. I think that's the little. You know how Marvel's little trailers are always like to twist and
Like to
fuck
make you
with
think
you
one
and shit.
thing and it's completely something different.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think Rocket. I think Rocket and Groot survive. My hot take would be that Star-Lord doesn't make it out this movie. We've just learned much from Father. We got the father story, the mother story, the Guardian. We don't need much more of Peter Quill.
I like Peter
They
Quill,
might
though.
take him
I
out.
like all of them.
We'll move to Blue Beetle. This is the one I think is going to get
Very true, Raymond.
copyrighted. But
true.
we'll see.
Yeah, I am not a DC fan, but I would actually go see that.
I did not mind her voice in that little. Like, I can get what you're saying in like some, but like, and that's where like this is what you like. That shit was so clean to me. So I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna just have to see how it works.
Well, everybody knows that this has been. I've been waiting for that trailer. Been waiting for this movie. I cannot wait to see this. I want this. I wanted the Scarab to sound like the Scarab on Young Justice. I didn't want it to sound like Siri. But I mean, that's just a fanboy nitpick. But I really. It looks dope.
Copyright.
It looks dope. Not only does it look dope. Of course we did. Isn't that that's so fucking annoying? I can't stand Warner Brothers, bro. I cannot stand fucking Warner Brothers. It looks fucking dope.
Yeah, Warner Brothers, y'all hear that?
He looks
Fuck
great. It's what I've been saying too. I kept saying fucking Sholo was going to come in and give a great performance, and he's a great. I think he was a perfect pick for Jaime. So I'm ready to see it.
I'm telling y'all, that is the best suit up I've seen in a minute. Like the way his nanotech just burned his clothes off, and it actually looked like it's like coming from his skin and not just wrapping around him.
No, it looks good.
It looks like it's actually stored inside. Like that shit was clean.
I'm so glad that he's a part of the future.
Yeah, everyone know I'm a big fat Joker fan, and that's my next DC movie that I want to see. But I don't know, I'm excited for this as well.
Yeah, I'm really
definitely excited.
Well, everyone knows I am not a DC fan, but I will go see that movie. That looks
Blue
like
Beetle.
a fantastic movie.
Jaime Reyes, bro. That's one I really fuck with Jaime. And the last trailer that we'll do is from Celebration. It's the Ahsoka one.
Yeah, I comic for you said, but you know, DC.
Something's coming. Something dark. I sense it.
This is a new beginning. For some, war. For others, power.
It's been a while. Things have changed. I started hearing whispers about Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire. We have to prepare for the worst. The Jedi fell a long time ago. There aren't many left.
It is time to begin again.
foremost too that is my most anticipated project of 2023. Nothing else tops that.
Where does she
Really?
fall? Where does she
Nothing
fall
else tops
in
that
the
for
Star Wars
Really?
world?
What do you mean?
Like,
Ahsoka's top anticipated for what's that? This summer?
August, yeah. In August. Yeah.
where does she fall in the timeline of?
Boy, don't
Star
get this
Wars.
nigga started.
All right, we'll save that for a different day, folks. Because
Yeah,
I'm like,
she's-
y'all know I'm not.
She is one of my favorite characters. When they first introduced her, I hated her. I thought she was entitled. I thought she was not. She was annoying as fuck. But as you grow with Ahsoka, she easily became one of my favorite characters. I love this character. I love Dave Filoni. I cannot wait for this. As I've pointed out to my Star Wars fans out there, that you guys that are watching, I've said this many times that when in the logo, it is the world between worlds for people that know what's going on in Rebels, because this is just picking up where Rebels left off. I believe at the very beginning of the trailer when she does the spin deal that we saw her do in Clone Wars with the lightsaber, she's going into the world between worlds. There are several ways that you can access the world between worlds, which is something we also learned in Rebels. But we also learned in Rise of Skywalker, because this all connects to that shit. I'm sorry, it still connects to 7, 8, 9. That we saw in Rise of Skywalker, in order to get to the Beyond, which is where Thrawn is currently residing, you have to have a wayfinder, a waypoint, which is something that Rey had to have, Kylo had to have it in order for them to get to Exegol, because it's uncharted space. Everything within the known galaxy is charted space. Everything within the unknown galaxy, which is the Beyond, I think that's what they're calling it, Lucasfilm, but in like comics and novelizations, it's called the unknown regions. And the unknown regions are uncharted, which is something that the Emperor tried to get charted when he was in power and things like that, because he wanted to find threats that might have been out there, like the Yustan Vaughn or the Gris or whatever else might be out there. He wanted to eliminate any threats that could come and challenge the Empire, which is what the Chiss Ascendancy did. Everybody knows that's who Thrawn is from, so they sent Thrawn to investigate the Empire, to where he became Grand Admiral Thrawn, rose to the ranks very, very quickly, and now he is the heir, thank you, to the Empire. Something I've been screaming for a long, long time. So we know that is, and they're doing the movie. So Dave Filoni is doing the Heir to the Empire movie. It's going to take place after Mando season 3. So all of this stuff is going to connect to where it's supposed to be going and everything like that. I said this when we talked about the leaks and stuff. The Sith I use Sith lightly here. The dark side user that you see with the orange lightsaber, that's Balin. We talked about that in the leaks. His apprentice is Shin. This is still molded by the Heir to the Empire. He is basically Jorah Sabayoth, who is the rogue Jedi who did not die in Order 66 from Heir to the Empire, blah, 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 blah. So it's all of that, and it looks great. So I think that the last thing I'll say, the logo, the Lucasfilm logo, when it was red there, if you remember in Rise of Skywalker, the Wayfinder had that same glowing red to it in order to find its way to Exegol through the uncharted space. That I've never seen. I love when Lucasfilm goes red. I love when they make the logo red, but I've never seen them make anything move within the logo like they did in the beginning. I've watched this trailer many times, so I've dissected it. For them to do the way that they did, and I think that is maybe a way that they're showing that we're going to have the same way we saw in Rise of Skywalker, a way to get to the unknown regions or the Beyond where Thrawn is. And the very last thing, for those that might have forgotten, Thrawn does have the undead clone army, or not clone army, I'm sorry, stormtroopers that he has used, the Night Sisters, because Shin is a Night Sister herself, trained by Balin, but they're used by the magic of the Night Sisters in the Great Beyond to bring forth this undead army for Thrawn. So
how do you kill them?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Lord.
But Ahsoka's going to be great.
To watch it.
This nigga's gonna make me go home and watch Star Wars.
Ahsoka's going to be
what?
great.
How did we get here?
I cannot wait for Ahsoka. So yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are with everything.
I was today years old when I found out there was an orange lightsaber. I thought it was always just red and green. Is there other colors besides orange?
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's plenty. There's purple. There's green. There's yellow. There's
Just when I thought I knew something.
yeah. There's all kinds of whatever color, you know. Yeah, yeah. All kinds of colors. But no, it's going to be really good. And I'll say that to what Johnny Stevens said when he said, Grogu will be the Rey. Will be in that Rey movie. I didn't bring up the Rey movie because I know there are some people, you know, that love the sequels. I hate the sequel trilogy. I hate 7, 8, 9. I don't hate 7, but I piss on 9. I'm sorry, 8, and I hate 9 too. I didn't bring it up because I think it's stupid of Lucasfilm to do this. They're giving, I think the first 2 new films we're getting a film that's going to be set with the first Jedi that James Mangold, who directed Logan, he's going to direct it. It's going to be the new a film set, I think 250,000 years before Phantom Menace. Then you've got the Heir to the Empire film that Dave Filoni is doing. I fully trust Dave. I know Dave knows what he's doing. But then you've got this Rey movie that no one asked for. And again, it's not Daisy Ridley. I said this on Instagram. It's not Daisy Ridley. I think Daisy Ridley's, I'm sure she's a fantastic person. I don't know her personally, so I'm sure she's a kind soul. But again, like I said on Instagram, with that said, no one asked for this shit. No one asked for a Rey film. And if your mileage may vary, maybe you want Rey. Yeah, hoorah. If you want Rey, that's great. I don't want Rey. I don't want anything from the sequel trilogy. And I even saw some people saying John Boyega, I hope John Boyega comes back. I said this on Twitter. I want to make sure that I sum up what I said because there were people I think that were kind of taking it differently. When I said I don't want John Boyega to come back, I don't want John Boyega to come back because I thought the way that John Boyega was treated, he shouldn't come back. And John Boyega, I don't think is coming back. I believe John knows his worth. Just watching him out there during the Black Lives Matter movement, he knows, you know, like he was on the front lines on some of those marches. And I think he knows where he comes from. He knows his worth. He knows how important he himself is and things like that as an actor and everything like that. I don't think, again, forgive these people. Sure, if you want to forgive Disney, forgive them. You want to forgive Lucasfilm, forgive them. But do not forget the way a motherfucker made you feel. And I think that the way that Lucasfilm treats its people of color, I understand they just had Ahmed Best, I believe that's how you say his name, that plays Jar Jar, come back as the redeeming Jedi that saved Grogu. But the way that they treat people of color at Lucasfilm, I don't think that it would be advantageous, in my opinion, for John Boyega to come back. Now, that's not me saying that we don't need black Jedi, black, you know, people in Star Wars.
They just need to be better.
Right. You know, even with Rosaria Dawson, as beautiful as Rosaria is, her blackness is hidden because she plays Ahsoka. She's painted like an alien. So she, you know, anytime that we play in Star Wars, we're either in the alien or non-existent, just not in Star Wars, or put in John Boyega's position where you were set up for greatness in one film and then completely absent for the entire first half of the second film. Right. So you know, again, that's just my opinions on Boyega. Again, your mileage may vary on it. If you're looking for this new whatever trilogy they're doing with Rey, hoorah. So, but yeah, that's it. That is
we're back.
The way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
That was we're back.
That was that. Q, let's give everybody 5 minutes here. What do we have? Anything?
Pookie Wood said, it sucks to hear that Grogu will be wrapped up with Rey. I want him to follow the Mandalorian path so bad.
Yes, and by that time, he should be like 91 and or like 90, 98, 91. He'll be in his 90s, and you know, Yoda started training Jedi at 100, so maybe Grogu can talk by then.
Grace said, I wanted John to come back if they paid him a king's ransom, but nothing short of that.
Yes. Now, again, I think I've said that too. And speaking about John Boyega, money does talk. Right. Obviously, you know, if they spit in the right fucking commas and the right zeros, they can get him back in there. Again, that's knowing your fucking worth.
Johnny Stevens said, I saw 8 and 9 high. These movies were tolerable when high. iComic for you said, I tell him my guy I need an address to send this script to him. This is a Comic Chameleon. I'm on my second
yes.
page.
Okay. Text me right now, and then I'll send that to you. my messages just automatically delete.
D Steele said I was cool with her from day one because I knew where George and Dave wanted to take the character.
I was cool with Rey in episode 7. I was not cool with Rey in episodes 8 nor 9. I thought, to me, I've said this many times with Luke. We watched Luke Skywalker struggle to master the Force and still not even had mastered the Force in episode 6. And it took Rey an hour?
Aw, fuck out of here with that.
I mean, we went on a journey with Luke, and she just mastered it. Like, she was... I just didn't like that.
And I don't even know what's going on.
Didn't like it.
Sir Yuri G said Ahsoka is honestly just a live action version of a new season of Rebels, and I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. Those last few episodes or seasons 3 and 4 of Rebels is phenomenal.
My fault. I lost the comment. DJF and I said they're filming the Joker 2 down the block from me.
Oh, that's dope.
Grand Regent Thrag said this looks mid, man. LOL.
The Ahsoka's way, like I said, to each his own. I now here's the thing too. I will be very, and I do mean very critical of this show, but I also am patient because this is Dave, and this is Dave's baby. This is Dave's character. Dave knows Dave knows Star Wars inside and out. There is no better person I trust with a show like this than Dave Filoni. Nobody. Nobody. No one.
Makes sense. So you have high hopes.
Very.
Okay.
Pookie Woods said, I mean, even canceling the sequel to Solo is part of that. I like that movie and thought Childish Gambino did a great job.
I like that movie too. I know a lot of people don't like Solo. I'm in the 1% that does like Solo. And shocker, Kathleen Kennedy, again, she's just talking, but I don't know. She said that the Lando series is still going. So Childish Gambino is still going to be doing that, which is interesting.
Stamina said, if Boyega shows us he has a price, he'll show us that his credibility / integrity also has one. Don't know if he'd do that to himself.
And see, that's why I struggled with the whole knowing your worth thing. Like, yeah, money does talk, but at the same time, that's why I also said he knows his worth, because it's like, why would I again, that's why I also said forgive, but don't forget. Why would he go back? Right. Because if I'm Moses Ingram, I'm done with fuck y'all. Yeah. Fuck y'all. I'm done.
Pookie Wood also said Back of the Bus was talking about it. I agree. They can do this without Finn, John Boyega, or recast.
Maybe.
Gray said, is Yaya in the Mangold film or the Rey film?
As who?
Gray said, is Yaya in the Mangold film or the Rey film?
Oh, Abdul? Yaya Abdul. I think he's in the Mangold film. I think he's the star in the Mangold film. So there we go. A black leading Star Wars actor. New character.
Okay. Let's see how that works out.
CGZ said, how do I feel about the Acolyte? From what I saw from the leak stuff about it, from what they showed at Celebration that got out, I don't know how I feel about the twin story. Actually, I love the twin story in Knights of the Old Republic, so maybe. I think it might be. We'll see. We'll have to see. I'm excited for the Acolyte. I think it's going to be good.
I'm a little farther up right here. Omega Zero said, hate to admit, the best trailer with the best song ever in a superhero movie. Talking about Blue Beetle.
Yeah, I love the remix to Uzi's. What is that? Rock?
I just want to.
Yeah, I want to.
Johnny Washington said Iron Man and Power Ranger vibes. LOL. These are all Blue Beetle.
Oh, Blue Beetle stuff.
Johnny Stevens said, I like Cobra Kai, so I'll support this one. I want my guy to blow up.
Yeah, I'm a Sholo fan as well.
Chill Spot said, is Drax's daughter alive in the comics? I didn't know Drax had a daughter.
Yes, yeah, he does have a daughter. Is she alive in the comics? Are you talking like currently? I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know. I didn't even know he had
D. Steele said, besides Rocket and a lesser extent Groot, can't stand James' take on these characters. Yeah, low key. I can see where that comes from. You got a fucking dancing, singing Star-Lord, a Drax that don't destroy. Mantis is Mantis.
A Drax that don't destroy.
I mean, we didn't have like 4 different Groots. I can see where you're coming from, bro.
I want to say this too.
Gamora's not Gamora anymore.
What Grand Regent Thrax said when he was saying the Ahsoka's his trailer looks mid. I'll say this. I don't know what's going on with this either. Maybe it's just me. Do the lightsabers, to you guys that might know, do they look weird? Do they look like it's like maybe they just tried to get the trailer out because they didn't finish it in editing, but they don't look good. The lightsabers don't look good. And some of the, like when she hit the window, it looked real TV. It didn't look like a big budget. Those again, just little complaints. Little complaints.
Like they broke the glass before she even touched it.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know.
Was that the Force? I don't know. I'm not from this world, so.
Surrey G said, I believe she is alive in the comics. Talking about Drax's daughter. Damn, I don't know where I want to go. I've read all these almost. D. Steezel says Moondragon Heather Douglas. She got killed back in the day, but came back. Yeah, I'm pretty much caught. Drax destroys it, or Johnny Stevens said Drax destroys a joke though, kills the entire movie. I'm pretty much caught up on all these. Comic just telling you to hit them up.
Grand Regent Dyke said, do you ever think we as fans are just spoiled? I don't think so, because as a consumer that I'm paying for this shit,
yeah, no,
I have an expectation.
And if there's fucking millions and millions of pages of source material and you're gonna adapt a story, at least adapt it for the fucking source material, not because you thought the title was cool and you want to put your own little fucking
to it.
balls on it.
Yeah.
Stop doing that shit. I hate whenever actors and producers and directors, this is my twist of no. Fuck
I didn't
all
ask for all that.
Like who would make like a movie about LeBron and be like, this is my twist on it? Like no, the source material is right fucking there. Like you're gonna make the movie on LeBron's fucking career.
Yeah.
Do the same thing with these comic books. You go to the source and you make the fucking movie. Like
that simple. It's really that simple.
Skillmonger said the lightsabers in the shows are different from the movies for some reason.
I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. They look, I don't know. They just look different. I like how skinny they are, though. That's pretty cool. That's because that goes back to what the original Star Wars was. They were really smaller, skinnier. I like that, but the, I don't know. The editing on them looks weird.
Good to see you. I'm definitely going to support Blue Beetle for the Latina community.
Hell
it looks like it's going to be a fun movie.
Hell
I remember
yeah.
you were excited for that.
Yeah,
I am as well.
I'm really excited.
It looks like
it.
good representation.
Yeah.
And that's something I ain't even thought about. I just really been looking at it for the Blue Beetle aspect. I hope they nail the representation aspect from it.
Yeah.
Johnny said, fans are the worst thing to pop culture. Fans shouldn't exist. Don't idolize. Shit. Alright.
But I need a little bit more. Yeah.
Facts, Q. I know. I be spitting sometimes. I be spitting sometimes. Any new ones? Yeah, 2 times. Come on now. Someone... 3rd time's a charm. Let me get 3.
Don't hype him up like that, y'all.
Let me get 3 facts.
Don't do that to him, okay?
I want it to be Raymond too. I want it to be Raymond because
I feel
me
like
and
Raymond's
him both.
not even here.
Nah, he was here earlier unless he left. Stamina said Blue Beetle looked kind of like Miss Marvel with its family dynamic too, which is a plus to me. Maybe not for others. If there was one positive about Miss Marvel, it would be the family dynamic. So
yeah.
That's not something I'd mind with Blue Beetle.
No, not at all.
And I think it's because sometimes it's kind of hard to nail the family aspect whenever the lead role is a child as well.
Yeah.
Like placing a family around a child. And so I don't know how old is Blue Beetle supposed to be in this? Do you know? Does anyone know?
He should still be a teenager.
I would think, right? Like high school.
Yeah, Raymond, my night over. Yeah. Screenshot that. Put it on the Twitter.
Oh, Raymond.
New header.
No,
Why
Grim
would you
Region.
do that?
We didn't talk about. I don't even know about it. Again.
I also did not
I'm out
know
of the
about
loop
it.
of things with Marvel. My level of care.
It's like whenever I asked y'all for shit in the Discord, that's what I mean. Who is the new rumored Wonder Man villain?
I don't even know who that is.
Well, I like the fact we don't have to have an origin story. I like the fact that he doesn't have to hide it from his family and Blue Beetle, that they were there when it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a cool aspect.
Yeah, it's very changed, but I still like it. It still looks good.
Yeah.
Still looks good. But
I pop my back again.
Oh, Grim Reaper. That's right, Grim Reaper. I knew that. I knew Grim Reaper was. But I don't know who's playing him.
Oh, it is the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, I forgot. It's Grim
That's
Reaper.
how out the loop we are. We forgot the shit we know. Like.
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, we will be back with you guys. What is today? Is today Monday?
Today
After
is
that, they not listening. They know
Monday.
you. They know you lying.
Today is Monday. We will be back with you guys. We're gonna try to be back with you guys on. If it's not Friday, it will be Sunday. That's when we'll be back.
Okay. If not Friday, then Sunday.
Yeah, if not Friday, it'll be Sunday. But we'll be back then. Josiah Allen, thank you so much for
We
that.
missed y'all too.
Josiah,
we
thank
do.
you.
The most
We do.
Genuinely, I miss coming in here every
Raymond
day.
said next month, same time, same place. Fuck you, Raymond.
Raymond's full of shit.
Yeah, Raymond, I'll see you on Mother's Day, nigga.
Plant Poppy said, "See you when we see you." LOL.
Let me know what y'all want for Christmas.
Xavier says
Got
somewhere
y'all.
in a month. Great talk about
Raymond said,
next
"Fine
month.
Mother's Day."
It's not gonna be that long. I got it figured out. I promise.
Y'all tripping.
I got it figured out. See, this is why I have to go to bed, because I have to get up at 4 so that I can be there earlier, so I can
actually be here at night.
Yeah, right. Be
It's
here.
like a whole fucking cycle.
It is. It's a whole fucking
It's called
thing.
a schedule.
But no, I've got it figured out. I've got it figured out. We will be here. We won't vanish on you guys.
Nope.
We'll be back.
I'm here. He's here.
And thank you, Pookie Wood. It definitely is. It's going great. Work is going fantastic. So,
It was a pleasure seeing all y'all. Glad to see all the
so glad we
normal
got to see you
faces we
guys.
always see.
Yes.
Y'all still sticking it out with us, the new faces. Appreciate y'all being here as well.
He says the next live is gonna be in August. It's gonna be a Ahsoka episode.
When the world needed him most, he vanished. The nigga wasn't there. We just going to get some. We just run into the corner store, grab some milk. We'll be back in a little bit. You know, ain't gonna take too long. We're just going to grab some milk.
Sir Yuri G said, "I was like the planet. There's a stream. The planets have aligned."
I'm saying they probably got that notification and was like, bullshit. I believe it when I see it.
He probably accidentally pushed live. He
I
ain't
believe
even
it when I see
on.
No, that's funny. Last one from Black Politician said, "Will the introduction of Blue Beetle mean that we might get the intro of Teen Titans in the DCU? Maybe. Gunn has plans. He says that
We just
some
don't
things he
know.
hasn't even revealed. So maybe."
I just feel like DC's just really, at this point, we just have to get what we get. And but don't worry, because we'll be on here to throw some fits.
I'm telling you, because if Kal-El electric slides in that movie, I'm gonna electric slide my ass out of that theater so fast. I bet it better not happen.
I just think they're Teen Titans so far down the line. You know,
Yeah.
as much as we all want to see it, they're not worried. They got to get Robin in, and then Raven in, and then Beast Boy. They got so much shit to get in
They
first.
just gotta get Kal-El right first. That's really it.
Like, let's just see how this one, because
right.
will this be his first?
There's been many Superman films. There's been no real good. I mean,
No.
people might say Man of Steel.
Wait, but no, Blue Beetle. Will this be like the first
No.
movie under James Gunn's production?
No,
or
this started before.
Oh yeah, no, this is
This
not.
is
Yeah,
before?
this is
Okay,
before
okay.
James Gunn. Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyway, wait, John Campia versus Robert Meyer Burnett. That's the next YouTube war. Are him and John? Are him and Rob arguing?
I'm trying to beef with John.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah. Let me. We'll be back with you guys. Like I said, either Friday, Sunday.
Get up for work.
Yeah. Fucking early as shit.
Live life like some adults.
So you guys, as always, like I always say, we appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you guys for, of course it's not. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and being here tonight. As always, it means so much that you guys even came back to fuck with us, you know, because it has been a month. Shirley Miles, take that with you. That needs to be shipped.
Got it.
I'll send you the info.
Shirley Miles, you're getting a gift.
It's coming to you. Sorry.
I still have to mail out our other gift.
That lets you know how late this is because we ain't streamed in a minute.
And the thing is, if you haven't gotten your gifts that you were supposed to get, the only reason being is because Corey personal stuff had some
Corey been out of state.
Yeah, Corey had some personal things going on in her life that she had to tend to, so it just took her out of everything. So but we are getting those. She's going to get those shipped out to everyone so everybody can have their gifts. But again, thank you guys for all coming back and hanging out with us and spending this time with us, because we really did miss you guys. Just because, you know, we're not always here and the world needed us most, we vanished. Just because, you know, we're not always here. That's we have talked about it. We have said, you know, we do miss you guys and hanging out with you guys and things like that. But again, I think I've got it all kind of worked out to where we can be here more. So thank you guys. And, you know, if you're new here, subscribe if you liked what you saw. And again, my second channel is on its way. I really hope that you guys do subscribe to it. It's not anything like this. It's not movies, TVs, streaming related, but I think that it's going to be a really good one. So thank you guys for being here again. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we will see all of you guys. Sorry, no music because I don't have it. In the next video. Enjoy your night, guys. Bye.